So we weren't doing hubs before, but we probably should have been. So I did start sort of doing a hub, and then
I did get it to work, but it was I had to center the hub inside of a town in order to get to work.
So you shouldn't have to do that, but
no, you shouldn't. But
with
the way that
transfer forces an offload, doesn't it?
It does, but the train can just pick it right back up.
Yes, but it should only pick it up if those passengers are on their way to somewhere that you agree with. I believe, because I've done it before. So what I've done.
See, that's what I thought, and that's why I thought it would work, and it wasn't. That's why I was getting confused, and I looked into the documentation, and nowhere does it actually state that.
Right. Well,
in fact, it says the opposite. You have to drop them off and set the train to not pick up anything and just leave.
Well, before Max gets here and ruins everything, let's let's give it a go. So I'll set up a what I'll do is I'll set up a very small railway thing from Prenton. Yes, small bits. They do look a little bit similar. The just in case anyone cares, in Fortress Craft, I specifically asked the thing to be done in loader yellow because I was playing a lot of Borderlands at the time. It's not coincidence. They kind of look like Hyperion yellow. I think is the more correct color. Okay, so.
I got in.
I should hope so.
And now I have the money makers up and going.
Hey, Max.
Hello.
Damn it, he's here. I can't talk about him anymore. So we're just trying to make a hub station because Esmir doesn't think they work, and I tried them and they did, but I tried them the way I've always tried them rather than the way the documentation says they should work. So we're going
What is a hub station?
So a hub station is, well, it's probably easier if you were to look at the stream or to look at Nunbury Woods, which I will rename to Nunbury Hub. So what you do, instead of running a train from A to B, because it's opposite ends of the level, you run your train from A to C and from B to C. So in this case, I've hooked up Prenton Central into Nunbury Hub. And in theory, it should just ferry passengers to Nunbury Hub. And then I will connect Nunbury Hub up to Nunbury Pootings. And in theory, somebody wanting to go from Prenton Central to Nunbury Pootings should get on a train, get off at Nunbury Hub, and then get on there. And then you just connect, quote unquote, the entire level up to that hub station, and then you are then you're good. So you don't need to have one enormous network. You have it more like a spider web rather than a clusterfuck.
Star rather than a full mesh.
Star rather than ring.
Maybe.
So as
I suppose it's.
As I mentioned,
does that work with cargo as well? I suppose you just tell it to go there and you force it to unload on that platform.
No, because cargo doesn't have a destination. Passengers
yes, but you
do.
Collect it and force. Oh.
Yeah. So the difference is passengers have somewhere they want to go, whereas
cargo just goes wherever you take it.
Yeah. Thankfully, mail doesn't. Again, it used to, and it was hilarious to think that the game didn't care where you took the mail. All it cared was how fast did you take the mail as quickly as you could somewhere else. That always amused me.
Just stick it in a ditch, it's fine.
No, you had to take it to a town. You had to take it somewhere, but as long as it wasn't here. Also, I'd like to point out, despite having played this game for a great many years and a great number of hours, I forgot that I should be using one-way path signals, not path signals. Yeah, I is pro. Now, I don't think, unfortunately, I can easily do a nice turnaround, so I'll have to do a horrid turnaround. So I'm just going to try and I'll set one up as we feel the documentation is telling us to set one up, which is we don't do anything special. We just set up a regular sort of setup, train from A to B, train from B to C, and it should just work. I think it will. Well, actually, I'm not sure. I hope it will, but I don't necessarily think it will. I usually force it via a transfer, and with passengers won't get back on because Nunbury Hub does connect to Nunbury Pootings and Prenton, but doesn't connect up on that line. So he shouldn't rather than won't get on there because it is not for that line.
Uh-oh.
We'll find out in a moment. Uh-oh, what?
Wood production at Keworth Forest decreases 13%.
Oh, no. Manly morals. I'll make 2 manly morals. I'll make 1 manly moral and borrow some money. And we'll set 1 to go to... So I'm not going to tell them to transfer.
I'm tempted to get rid of wood transport. No, we could just reduce the amount of carriages on the wood transport trains.
No, because the best thing you can do is to service it as well as possible. That is the best way to get it. It's kind of weird. It's like dress for the job that you want, not the job you have. So the best way to grow an industry is to overuse it. Okay, time for us to go electric. Manage lists, replace vehicles, replace everything with the electric.
Well, how do you do that with no electric rail?
Secondary task, replace all the electric rail with electric. Now, when did you first start playing this, Max? How long ago was that? Many years? Because you used to not be able... You used to have to replace all the track by hand. Now you can replace the whole track and the whole level automatically. We just need more money. Check.
Oh, that's cool. So you just need to invest in one big payout rather than sort of dribbles everywhere.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have enough money, so I think this could actually go quite wrong quite soon.
The question is, wood transport actually last year made £5,000.
Yeah, we're making money.
Wood transport 2 made 18 grand. How does that make sense?
Because wood transport 1 is probably always arriving first. The important thing to note is it's not just how much money they make. They could make a loss, and that doesn't matter because you're also transporting goods. So all balls in. So yeah, now we're not.
I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to think. Could we make, instead of having one really long train, could you have 4 or 8 smaller trains running that same route?
It's very unlikely you would make enough money. So hold on, it's June, so July, August, September. So at the end of October, train 12 is lost. All right, I should probably fix that. At the end of October, what I'll do is I will check that the train is doing what I want it to. Go to Prenton Central. Oh yeah, that is actually not possible, is it, Mr. Railway Line? But from now on, only build electrified railway by default, and I'll convert every... What are you doing? You completely ignored my thing. And I was thinking playing Akron. I don't know if it's ever been the RTS part of any game that I've really enjoyed. I think I might enjoy the watching them do their own thing. The same reason I like this game. You know, they...
It's nice to watch it, isn't it? It's quite soothing.
You set it up. Well, it's either soothing or terrifying. You set it up, and then it does its own thing, and you watch it going, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. And I think that's the bit I really liked about Subcom and TA a lot more.
Yeah. There is one issue with the game, in that if you know what orders you want to give, theoretically you could go into the future. But there are some limitations, like units not being alive to be given orders.
Wood production's dropped again at Keworth Forest.
It happens. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to run these trains first, because the game needs to build up the, what's it called, the graph. Let's look at the map. And you can view the graph on the map. Let's see what that's done to the graph. So right now I can see, oh no, there we go, Prenton. So yeah, Esmir, so as it is, it's showing me that Prenton is connected to that place, which is connected to Nunbury, but it has a white unused. So I think it means it doesn't count yet. So I'll wait, but I'm hoping you're wrong because that means I understand it. Otherwise, if you're right, that means I don't understand it. But more importantly, I never do it the right way. I always do it by hand, but I don't want to. I want to try and embrace and adopt new things rather than stick in my ways. But I might be wrong. But we'll see.
This big hill, which one way and see seems to be the top of, and we've got the railway going round and through it. Can I presume it's stupid at this stage, to reroute the railway around the hill like you first suggested?
Bear in mind right now, we need to find 100,000 monies in order to convert everything to electric. So right now, our goal for the next year or so is to find anything that's not able to move because it's been upgraded and then convert it. And so we need to get everything to become electric over the next, well, as soon as we can. But we should probably try and do that by order of profit. So, unsurprisingly, our biggest profit is the coal train. What a surprise. It's always coal. So if I upgrade the coal line to electric, it's actually quite shared by a lot of other things too. I don't understand. What's the value of the Ras? There's value of the wars. I don't understand either.
You called it that?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Might name to Andy likes horses. Not my best insult.
Passenger production at Parninghead Cross oil rig decreased. I didn't produce passengers at an oil rig. We produce oil at an oil rig.
Yeah, they do. Helicopters take them.
Yes, but they don't make passengers.
I thought you were about to say, yes, they do. There's not much else to do there, is there, really?
No. But it's also, there's a steady thing, food and supplies going out, rubbish coming back.
Okay, so hopefully Coal Bucket Express. Incidentally, I've not had to put a second coal train on yet. I've still not managed to outrun the first one. What's our ratings? 15.
Oh, in terms of the amount of coal being produced?
Yeah. No, but sometimes you end up with like 10 trains. It just depends whether or not... Every couple of years, the game rolls a number. Essentially, just sees whether or not you make money or lose money. Make production or lose production. We just haven't gained much production on this.
So other game, Cargo also has a route. So in this game, not having a route, does it mean you can't do indirect routes?
You can, but you have to do it manually using transfer.
Okay.
What's going on with the finances?
Esmir, you should go to Great Sluntfield and sort your buses out. The finances, in what sense?
We had £200,000 overdrawn.
No.
Was that just taking into account the loan?
The loan. I mean, I can upgrade us all to electric.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I thought you might have a... Ah, there, you've done it.
Training income, £174,000. Not bad.
Yeah, so what will happen soon is as we accumulate money, trains will start to be unable to get out of their depot, which is fine. What I want to do is because I haven't managed to electrify all the lines yet.
Oh, I see. Once you switch over to electric, they'll just get stuck.
Yes, and that's fine. But then when they do, then we need to. Oopsie. Let me just upgrade this train to electric because this is our most important one.
Coal.
Delete that one. Make that one. Go. And I'm just going to keep an eye on it.
It's lost, apparently.
No, it's not. What? Oh, what's lost?
Coal Bucket Express.
If it's lost, it probably means it doesn't have something converted to electric. But I thought I did, so
It just went back in and out of the depot.
follow
It's
it.
fine. Yeah.
Do-do-do,
Oh, hooray!
do-do-do-do.
More wood.
Okay. Oh, 16%. It used to be like I've got the more regular, smaller updates set because it used to be it goes increases by like 400% and then decreases to 25% and other such horror.
The massive leaps and spikes. Wow.
There's something pleasingly chunky about the graphics, though. I kind of wish that they had more detail, but there are high detail graphics mods for this, but almost without exception, they look too clean. There's something about their look.
What's going on
that doesn't
there?
Work. What, the train?
Train's just done a double back, hasn't unloaded.
Because it can't get in there because it wasn't. If you look, it's not all converted to electric.
Ah. How do you do that manually?
And there's under a if you hold your finger on the electric, on the railway button, you can choose electric railway,
Oh, I see.
and then it's the far right one.
There is something to be said about letting room for imagination.
It's quite literally that. So when there isn't much detail, you will fill in the detail a little bit. When you have no room to imagine the detail, then you end up just thinking, oh, it doesn't look very good. It's weird because it would be nice if there was all that detail. If I could zoom in, I could see every little bit of detail on the train. But when I actually have some of the graphics expansion modes that show me every little bit of detail on the train, it looks terrible. Right, hold on. Hopefully soon we'll have enough money. I can probably convert the whole world, by the way. Do you want me to do that? I think we have enough in the bank.
At the very extreme, a game like Dwarf Fortress can seem very lively and full of stuff. The graphics are really leaving a lot of room for imagination.
Okay, see our money, Max?
Yep. Oh.
Okay, so we're fully electric
Okay.
for the next 30 years or so.
Now the you fixed it, yeah.
I think the train has just been dumb.
Can it fix its way out of that?
Yeah.
Or in like NetHack, when you see a capital A or a capital G. Ooh. Scary stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I used my imagination in NetHack. It was so simple. I think I just stuck with it as it was. Okay, so it's been about a year now.
The Tarfin still hate us.
No, I managed to get it in just before we left. So, Esmir, one of my trains is making a profit. So it's just made transfer money. So I have not given them transfer orders. I've just said go to, and it is absolutely working. But I had to wait quite a while. So at Nunbury Hub, I now have 76 passengers via Prenton Central to Prenton Central from Tonpool Bridge. Wait, from Tonpool Bridge? From Tonpool Bridge? Oh dear. I think a train has gone through there without orders. Tonpool Bridge is up there. Oh no! So yeah, so it's me. At Nunbury Hub, I have passengers for Tonpool Bridge, and they will change at... they'll change at Prenton Central. I'm really confused what it's doing here. I was expecting passengers for Prenton Central to change at Nunbury Hub and then to change at Nunbury Pootings in order to get to Tonpool Bridge. Say that when you're drunk. But it is working, just not exactly how I had envisaged it, like making any sense at all, for example. But the important thing is it's making money. As long as it's making money, it's definitely working. I have to say I am very surprised that Discord still does not allow you to have a per server notification sound effect. And even after all this time, and it's so requested by the community. So I am on a lot of servers, some which are much more important than others, and some of which I will always want to immediately respond to, and they've all got the noise.
But wouldn't breaking that into multiple eat up into the distinctness of that sound effect?
Shackle, do you not own a mobile phone?
They all use the same. You're
What?
lying.
What? No. No.
I do have one.
Okay. And how many notification and audio sound effects do you have?
I don't know, not really.
Like when I have a text message, I can have.
No, the selection list is quite big, yeah.
Yeah, well, even if there's two, that would be better than what we've got.
Yeah.
Why would I want that as a text message tone?
Can't hear it. Noise suppression. Can we buy out the blue team?
Oh, let me try again. It's called Beside the Seaside, and it's awful.
Yep.
Oh, I should probably turn that back. The blue team, is that Rob? No, who's blue team?
Yeah.
No, we can't buy out Rob.
No, why not?
No, blue is Schalke.
No.
Also, no, because one of the things we definitely agreed on is no hostile takeovers. And oh my god, have you been following the GameStop stuff? Holy shit.
GameStop, what?
Reddit is about to break
It's
the
hilarious.
stock market. So, do you understand the concept of the stock market? You buy something and then you sell it on at a profit. That's the stock.
Well, you wait for the value to go up, yeah.
Or
That's the idea.
you can do what's called short selling, which is you buy something on the
On the up.
on the down, on the way you expect it to go down. And it's
Oh, but you expect it to come back up again?
no, you
It's in for a loss? What?
make
It's a scheme where you make money if it goes down.
yeah. So essentially,
How?
because somebody else, but you promised to buy it at that price, and then no one in their right mind will sell it at that price, and you make the money. Just take it as read. That's how the stock market works. I am able to buy something, and I will promise to pay you the difference on the basis it goes down. If it goes down, you pay me. And what's happened is they basically bet. Now I'm going to get the numbers wrong, but GameStop was about $20 a share or something like that. It was quite low, and all these hedge fund people, they bought shares in GameStop. They short sold the shares.
Oh, yeah, and it's going up in the world. No, it going up.
They bought more shares than exist. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying. This is bonkers. How the fuck you could buy more shares than actually exist? I have no idea. But hey, this is how it works. So what happened is a bunch of people on Reddit went, and using, I think it was eToro, they have bought shares in GameStop. So the GameStop price, because people are buying shares in it, has gone
So it's
up
up.
and gone up and gone up. One guy, he has invested $53,000. And when the hedge fund company pays up, because legally they don't have a choice, so that's why you're hearing the news about it, is this hedge fund company is desperately trying to not pay. This guy has made nearly $800 million, which he has basically siphoned off this hedge fund company. Now, if it goes down, he loses the money and the hedge fund company gain it. But this hedge fund
someone's pension that's getting fucked there, isn't it?
well, that's
Lots of people's pensions getting fucked.
well, if that hedge fund company also does pensions, then yes, absolutely. But the thing is, this hedge fund company has already run out of money, so they've had like a $3 billion loan from their parent company. So all the then Elon Musk, who has been short sold a lot and is very much against it, weighed in, bought a whole bunch of stock himself, and now the stock is at like $280 or something like that. It's absolutely insane. And the best tweet I've seen about this is someone goes, "Oh no, the wrong people are manipulating the stock market." So hopefully this does actually see some changes to the stock market, because now it's happened, you can do it. Because the thing is, if this wasn't in the public, what Reddit has done is absolutely insider trading. But because they've done it so everyone can see they're doing it, it's not insider trading. So yeah, absolutely fascinating watching the stock market slowly eat itself alive here. But yeah, $800 million this guy will make if or when this all pans out.
And the question is more that whether I should buy you, because you are in the negatives and I'm in the positives.
Have you got enough money to afford us?
You're like real life Uber, you have very much depth in you.
Yes, so in this game you can buy shares in people when they're cheap and sell them when they're expensive and make money. However, people don't do that. They just go click, 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 I'm richer than you, I've bought your company. So we agree not to do it because it is so abusable. But in theory, you buy shares in a small company and then sell them when their company's big. But in practice, you just go, cool, small company, make a profit, click, click, click. Now all your railways are mine.
I was thinking about rerouting around the hill. Is that going to save us any money?
No, because what we need is more wood. There's not much we can do other than in Queworth building a statue, which we can't do yet because we don't have enough money. So actually, no, I think that's actually in. Now here's an interesting question, one for the stream, or as Mia, if you know. So Queworth Forest is not in Queworth; it is in New Flubra. So Max has built the station in New Flubra, but the forest is in New Queworth. So where do we build the statue to get our free 10%? Is it in the town that owns it, or is it in the place that the station's in? Interesting, I don't know.
Wait, 10%?
It's literally... Oh, bugger. Oh, we've lost Max. I've just told Lesmia something she didn't know. Yeah, that's what statues do. Everyone thought for years they didn't do anything. They just give you 10% to your rating, just flat across the board. Just as simple as that. Essentially, when you got the money, just build it everywhere. But yeah, and speeding up the line won't help because your limiting factor here is just waiting for the damn trains to fill up.
The amount of content being produced, yeah.
Yeah. But the only way to improve that is to service them more. And I can't remember, but I believe there may be something related to more smaller trains cycling around is better. There's something to do with the number of trains per year, but I can't quite remember. But we could also, if I borrow enough money, as soon as, where's wood train? What wood transport? As soon as wood transport 1 gets back, we can upgrade wood transport 2. What's our ratings? Our ratings of goods is very good though. I don't quite know how the game deals with it because it only makes goods when we bring things in. But we could do with another forest. And that's another bit where this game is a little bit broken, is you can fund new industries. Which is expensive, but means you get to decide where it is. Fund new industry. Oh, wait, hold on, I can fund a bank. Well, I can fund a bank, but not
because that's easy. You just take it from the bank to the bank.
Banks are well broken as well.
You just go. Well, that's always been the case, isn't it?
Well, as we discussed, yes. But yeah, I am very curious. I've been following this. It's so interesting because I do know people who do stocks and shares things, and they've just been going, to a degree, Uh-oh.
Steer clear.
No, uh-oh, people have worked it out. More than anything else. Because what?
So is there lines? Like if I have the like 10 buses going the same way and want to calculate how much profit it's making, can I like combine them into one connection?
Well, yes, you run all of those buses to a train station, and then I run a train between each end, and then offload it to buses at the far end.
I mean, more like summing up their statistics.
You're using a little bit of paper and a pen.
Statistics.
In the other game, you can combine them into a line, and then you can see the profit per line and not only per individual bus.
Yes, that's... Yeah, I tried that. Didn't I get very confused, though? Oh, Max, I built your oil tanker, by the way, so if there's any more oil on the level. But I don't think we're taking the goods anywhere. Now, a good place to take the goods would be Bardington Bay. If only Bardington Bay accepted goods. Which...
Do you want me to upgrade the train? We'll transport 1.
Yeah, go for it. We've got the money.
How do I do that?
It's just
Damn
done
it!
for
I
you.
just pressed the wrong. I pressed the
You've
wrong
just
button
climbed it.
completely.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me just get rid of it. It shouldn't cost us any money. Yeah, so click on new vehicles.
I'll click on the depot first, don't I?
You have to click on there first, then click on new
Sorry,
vehicles.
Yep.
Then hover over SH30, or click it once rather.
Okay. Once.
Then drag the loco, the old loco, over the top icon, the train with the red cross.
Okay.
And then click on buy vehicle. Ta-da, done. And hit go. You can even hit go next to there's a little red X. Yeah, there we go. Hey, I knew that was going to happen.
Plane crash, 4-1 dying, fireball at far site. That one.
Yeah. I think Schalke put a big plane in a small airport. Did you not
Oops.
learn from Andy's mistake?
No,
Fair enough.
I was getting so much money.
So, if we could get Bardington Bay to accept goods, that would be a brilliant place to pop it. But that's not possible. The town isn't big enough. Now, I don't think we have the money to get them to expand. But what we do have is a surfeit of passengers. But they like us, so that's okay. I can make the train station a bit bigger. Oh, this is so horrible. Please no one look.
Pop those on stream.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, would Transport 2's in the depot?
Yep. What is that? Is that not an SH2 on the front? Oh, it's SH30, wasn't it?
SH30, yeah.
Yeah, so click that. Then that one.
It's just important to do it in the right order. If you do it in the wrong order, you will end up with a train you can't... Well, you can then clone the orders, but it's slightly more awkward.
So it's only got a half load or something on it, but
Money
need to get the
now!
trains. Yeah, I really want one upgraded, so they go a bit faster.
Yeah. So we're okay not dealing with the goods from over yonder at the moment. And I will.
You could. You're saying about putting a statue up. Can you not just put one in Queworth and in
We haven't
Fleetborough?
got the money. They're really expensive.
Oh, right, okay.
Because they're so good.
Also, the lines being electrified or not. How did they get electric lights but not electric rails? Just syntactically, it doesn't make sense. Semantically, sorry.
I'm pretty sure we had electric. Electric trains were a fairly late invention, I think. I mean, trains have been around since mid 1800s. Well, okay, late 1800s. I think it was probably because you can do it in a city, but doing it long distance is hard because also you have to run all the cabling and keep it.
Yeah, and stop people nicking it.
That still happens, as I mentioned previously about the arcade.
Is that what happened?
Someone nicked some of the fucking that stuff air conditioning. They nicked the air conditioning pipes.
Oh, right.
Worth fuck all, costing us a lot of money to replace because of all the refrigerant that's gone, and almost definitely ending up in hospital with refrigerant burns. Because this is a big building with a lot of air conditioning, so it's very unlikely he would have got away with it, or they.
Yeah.
The worst thing is we're pretty sure we know who it was, but obviously we don't have any proof.
Oh. So how do you stop it from happening again?
We have a much bigger fence now. Plus, more likely, I mean, if you were to try and sell some copper, I mean, partly where, but how little do you think you could actually sell it for? You'd have to be very desperate, but probably not desperate enough to end up with quite severe injuries from doing so.
Yes. I have a thought. Would Transport 1 and 2 are now both fast enough, I assume, to do that loop quickly enough to not worry about actually having 2 trains on it?
No, because
you want to have one ready to collect data, collect the output all the time.
Yeah, so whilst the train is going, you as soon as one's left, you immediately want another one in. The best way you can deal with it and to grow it is to have 2 trains. So you always have a train waiting. It's more efficient to have 1 platform and 2 trains than 2 trains and 2 platforms. Eventually, you'll exceed that, and that's fine. But that hasn't happened yet. Oh, shoot. I'm just putting down signals all willy-nilly. Coming up that way.
In your willy.
Me and my nilly. Possibly Tad. I've not heard of anyone huffing refrigerant. See, this is the thing.
Well, if you were to try and take it out, you'd have to be a specialist to take that refrigerant out and not fuck it. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, so in Europe, one of the legislation rules we have is about huffing of aerosols. So you got the kids in the 80s, and they would put.
Don't go sniffing glue.
Well,
what happens if you sniff glue? It's just glue.
It's really bad for you. It's a solvent.
It was the aerosol thing where you inject it, spray it into your.
Well, you don't spray. So what you do again? I'm going to explicitly don't try this at home. What you do is you spray the aerosol or whatever it is into a bag, and then the paint or whatever goes onto the outside of the bag, but the propellant is there, and you huff the propellant in, which gets you high. As I said, propellant is a fucking solvent, as in will dissolve things. Solvent like brain tissue, sinuses, etc. It will easily kill you. I mean, the warnings say this can kill you even doing it once. Like, please don't. But what gets me is it has to be on every single aerosol in Europe. So in Europe, all of it. So like, I've got like Glade air freshener, and I can kind of imagine, silver paint huffing it in behind the bike jets, but not I've got some floral breeze air freshener. Let's get high off it. Yeah,
They changed the inhalers from being CFCs to CFC free.
I've got Pine Fresh. Anyone wants it? Showing my age. I have a can of electrical switch cleaner. So it's a nasty chemical used to dissolve grime on like sliders and potentiometers and things. It's so old. It says proudly in big letters contains only the highest quality chlorofluorocarbons. I was like, oh. We won't be seeing cans of that again. So it used to be. That was a good thing. Chlorofluorocarbon meant it was, good chemicals. Then we realised quite how bad it was for the environment. But I don't know what to do with it. I guess I've just kept it. Hopefully it's all in there. Because I don't want to, give it out to the world. I don't want to just spray it anywhere. Right. So the best way to make money, Max, we should sort out Bardingstone Bay Airport, Nunbury Pootings, and Tonpool Bridge. So these are the busiest stations by a long shot, and they all have plenty of trains. Oh, they might need more trains. I think more trains is the solution, isn't it, rather than anything fancy.
So which route was it again? Tom Pool Bridge.
So if you click on the 7th icon along, display list of company stations, you can see a fairly poor dialog box. But essentially,
Yes.
if you can see colour, that's bad. So you should be able to see that Bardingstone Bay Airport, Nunbury Hootings, and Tonpool Bridge. Tonpool Bridge not too bad, but the other two not doing so well.
Oh, the blue, you mean?
Yeah,
blue
see-
is good or the blue?
So blue shows how many there are. It's awful, isn't it? So if you can see,
Yeah.
so if you look at
PS or something?
passengers,
Ah, okay.
but yeah, Bardingstone Bay Airport's busy. I'd like to grow Bardingstone Bay.
Wow, there's a lot of passengers waiting there. Wowzers.
Yes, but this. Wait, why did the train not go into? What are you doing, train? Turn around and go the other way, piece of shit. Now turn around again and go down any line apart. There's three lines.
Let's literally choose the wrong one.
Okay, fine. I will go with the station. The signal.
How are you getting trains? I mean, there's some batshit here. What the hell is that all about? You've got... I think someone did a derp.
Where? Sorry.
So, the path to Bardingstone Bay Airport is a loop. There's a loop at the airport. Three platforms and a depot.
Yeah.
It goes around a big loop and then comes down to a single line.
I haven't finished upgrading it.
No. There's okay. Well, I'm saying it's all electric.
No, I haven't finished. Yeah, but that's because the last part of it is farmland. And that's like $5,000 a tile.
Oh.
So yeah, it was one line initially. I have been slowly upgrading it, but at the moment it's fine. We don't have enough trains on it. But what I think I might do is take Sprinter 2.
There seems to be no signalling down it as well.
There's signalling. No, you can't have signalling on the bit where there's two. Where there's only one line, that wouldn't work. There should be signalling on.
Well, you need to limit it so there's only no. Yeah, I mean, you need a signal either end to say only enter, only exit.
But there is one. There's one by the depot. Yeah. There's probably not one quite as optimally as it could be, but.
Just thinking, how can we take them out for another route, which isn't costly? I.e.,
no, remember,
if you go between Carhatton and Bronsberg down that bit of.
Upgrading the line won't really help us very much, though.
No. I'm saying put the other side of the route, so the inbound to the airport is coming past the farmers' fields and the two lighthouses, and the way back out goes round Bronsberg and somewhere else and hooks up around the other side somewhere, like Punninghead Woods, say.
So, you'd have to go all the way round, like.
Yeah, it would be a ball ache, but you wouldn't be going through the farmers' fields.
Yeah, but if you were to do that, you see, like if you were to loop around, I see what you mean. You mean looping up and around. That would take you quite close to Prenton Central, and then we could have Prenton Central hooking up to.
Yes.
So yeah, that seems like a good plan. So yeah, do a big clockwise. Always try and go clockwise. Always try and go clockwise.
Okay.
I failed, but I try.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to break the loop.
Well, no, don't break the loop. Connect up before and after the loop. You can connect.
And then do connecting afterwards.
Yeah, so you will enter at the east of Punninghead Woods.
Where are we? Punninghead Woods. Yes.
And you will start
northeast. What are we calling northeast? So if we look at the map straight on, or look at the map at sort of 45 degrees.
Top right of the screen. Northeast, top right.
Yeah.
So top right of Punninghead Woods is the entrance, and top left of Hydroponics is the exit. So then that becomes a big loop around the top.
Sorry, top left of where?
Hydroponics.
You have to help me out here. I don't see it.
Zoom out more, and you should be able to see all of this in one go.
Yes, it's very, very small, and my eyes are going to hurt.
Small?
I don't want to hurt my eyes.
Wait, hold on. Let me just stick a picture in Discord, but I will annotate it.
Who did that? Oh, I wonder. Oh dear.
Out of curiosity, so look at the picture in
Just
Discord.
spotted top left.
Is your picture is your
Discord.
Is your icons not that big? Too tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, they're that big. Yeah.
Well, why couldn't you read it? New glasses. Anyway, I've drawn a red line.
Oh, hydroponics is there.
Yeah.
That's. I don't see hydroponics. It's switched off.
Oh.
I literally don't know that's called hydroponics.
Oh, I wonder why.
Turn all the blue stuff off.
What's Trenzalore? That's Doctor Who,
It's a
isn't it?
planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go with the picture on Discord. But where are we? So, oh, bloody, I'm trying to scroll up an image on.
That doesn't work, no.
This image doesn't work anymore. Yes, it's because it's a static image.
But yeah, if you can do a passenger line from Prenton Central to
Yeah.
Bardingston Bay Airport, not a big one, nice and long, nice and fast.
I'll just put that red in.
Basically where the red is, yeah. It'll be
Yeah, but we want 2 lines, not 1. No, you want 1 line, but you don't
Yeah.
want it split. You don't use that single piece there. So what I mean is,
but this
if I
piece,
get the railway choice
this
out.
piece is two lanes here at the moment.
Yes.
But what I mean is,
Oh, sorry. Yes.
if I do it like that and I put the first signal on, because then it makes sense. So that goes up and right from there, and up and around. So trains can come in from the left or the right, and then go up towards Prenton Central.
So something like across there.
Are you drawing on something, or have you built something?
Just going past Carhatton.
Carhatton?
Yeah.
What? Oh wait, no. Well,
That's the outbound. That's the outbound route.
I
I want to go round the hill.
Yes, I suppose so. I mean, in that case, you should also pick up Carhatton and Bruntbury at the same time.
Right, and put stations on them.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
There you go. And
why is that? Let me take that railway up.
Bruntberg.
Why does
And-
control?
and
Does
then
the
the
control
hard-
click?
Then the
Yeah,
hard
there we
part
go.
is making sure that you give the orders in the right order. 'Cause I've done that before. Kohaka, are you on the stream yet? I know you often watch. I don't know if you're there yet. I have something to show you. Oh, yes. I think he's there, yeah. I'll have to show him something I printed. It's glorious. Oh. Oh, God, I thought that was me. I typed something on the keyboard and suddenly it went... Poof. I will get a train going though. Okay, go to Bardingston Bay Airport, go to Carhatton Central, go to Bruntberg Central, go to Prenton Central, go to Panninghead South, and then back to Bardingston. Awesome. It will complain.
There's a bit of a dip there, isn't it?
Let's
Yeah.
call this the
We need to join it
South
up.
Coast
Yeah.
Flyer. It will complain because obviously it can't do that whole thing.
Yeah.
Now
Up to this
the heart.
platform,
Let me
yeah.
sort you out your entrance into Prenton because it wasn't really.
Yes.
This.
Yeah, because that's a bit of a loop, isn't it? There.
Oh, why can't I build a? It says Bridgehead's not at the same level.
Is it land a bit scruffy?
Yeah, but I wanted to make it go down. All right, fine, whatever.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because it's going across a diagonal, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought you could do bridges that went down. You-
Yes, but you were going across. You were going onto a diagonal.
But no, look like that. That's fine. Wait, that's fine. But that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to. Oh yeah, because I'm an idiot. That's me, right. Anyway, so there's your in.
Okay, I was going to landscape that down. That's stupidly expensive.
I think we're at that height already, though, aren't we?
No. There's one more tile you have to go up.
Remember, we are onto electric trains, so we don't have to worry quite so much about height. Eventually, it just becomes irrelevant.
Right.
Okay, and then that will hook us up to... So the output's already done, so you don't need to do anything.
Okay.
Wait, the South Coast Fire is heading from Prenton Central?
It's going backwards.
Well, it's got its orders all fucking... Go to Carhaven. Oh, right, there we go. It's not lost. Shut up.
Just moving the surplus track. That should make it nice and simple.
Oh, okay. That's a pain.
Train just broke down across the Prenton Central crossing. It's like, nope, no one's coming through here. Fuck you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can get out and push the train, that would be greatly appreciated. Right, is this thing going the right way now? Carhaven Central.
Right, it has turned up. It's waiting. Why is it waiting?
Yeah, I don't know why, other than...
The signal there is a wrong kind of signal.
I guess so. I think that might
They've
be
got a
it.
little. Yeah.
This is a big train.
I'm just gonna.
This one can theoretically make a whole bunch of monies. It's empty,
Okay.
but hopefully that will fix itself soon.
If I remove that signal and put a new one in.
Well, no, the correct signalling is an entry signal
Yeah.
and an exit signal. So now,
Right.
if either of these are green, or red, if either of these are green, then that one goes green.
Right.
But the path signals are supposed to do that, but apparently I'm using them wrong.
Now that's avoiding panning headwards, isn't it?
It is, because that's an oil station. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a clusterfuck here, because I got the in and the outs wrong. But we'll live.
This is the pile fundle if it's a small clusterfuck.
It's a what, sorry?
Pile fundle.
Bile fundle. Say it slowly so I understand.
I was trying to make like more minute versions of the two parts of the word.
Oh, so what? A cluster,
Pile for cluster.
and then wait, what do you mean you're lost? There you are.
Fun.
It didn't turn. It didn't turn left.
Yeah, I think I'm missing the word.
Oh, that's nasty.
I love it says it's lost and then it promptly found a way.
It should go through there and then round, but obviously there's no.
Life finds a way. Not this train though. Let's watch this again, shall we? Where do you think we're going, Mr. Train? No, don't break down.
Allow him to fix this problem.
That's the thing, if a train breaks down, one thing you can just do is just to reduce its servicing interval a little bit. Until you get to the point where it's like, yeah, that's
I assume that sending it into a depot and coming back out again is the way you get it to.
It should service, yeah. There's the other thing that the longer you've had a train, the more reliable it gets.
Right.
Did we mess up the signals? We must have messed up the signals somewhere along here.
What is it? If you just told it to reverse.
Oh, right, yeah. No, wait, hold on. It's trying to go to Bardingston Bay. That looks fine to me. Where is the route between where it is and Bardingston Bay that's so broken?
Well, it should be able to go, unless there are signals on the diagonal there.
Or unless someone, probably me, built something that's not electrified. Yes, there we go. There's a single piece of non-electrified line.
I thought we upgraded it all.
No, because this is new stuff, and sometimes I'm an idiot and click on the wrong box.
Oh, I see. So this bit isn't electrified, is it? Okay,
Right, yeah, I must have missed it.
How do I...
Yeah, there you go. It's another bit. It's the very right hand. So make sure you select electrified railway and not
Yes, I've
railway.
done that.
Yeah, I did it via railway because I'm a fool.
Fine. I thought you said there's an auto upgrader.
There is. Well, it's auto upgrade in the sense that you can say to it, hey, upgrade this area. You used to have to delete and rebuild every single piece of track.
Right.
That was
Oh,
not
so how do I... So the upgrade tool is just select,
there.
do a thing.
Yeah, but what I do sometimes is just zoom all the way out, highlight the entire map, and let go, and it will tell you if there's nothing to upgrade. Oh, then it
And
says
that's going backwards. Hold on.
can't convert this. Owned by crap trains. I assume that means we've done. No. Oh wait, what's it going?
It's going into a depot for some reason.
Okay,
No, come on.
looks like we're going.
Come on, sunshine. Chop chop. Reminds me of the you know when you're going through Clapham Junction and you can hear the screeching of the wheels. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, it really makes you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, I like that noise. The
No, the sort of real scraping sound of the wheels navigate through the the nastiness. Yeah. Barlington Airport now accepts mail. Wow, just chuck everything at Barlington Airport apparently.
Well, yeah, hopefully. But what we want, you see, is we want it to accept goods. When it can accept
It does.
goods, no, it doesn't accept mail.
Uh,
Sadly, not the same. But we are getting to the point now where our trains are quite fast, so having sharp corners can massively affect their speed. Because now we actually have speed to lose.
can I take this piece of rail out?
I don't know.
Well, it's in a loop, and we don't need that alternate piece. I'm fairly sure. New ship available. Don't care.
So hovercraft is the first ship that's actually usable for people.
Oh, wrong tool completely.
So I'm getting a Discord server going boot up at me, but I don't know which one it is. I cleared a lot of my servers out the other day. There, boot up, but it's not. I don't know which one it is. Sometimes it means people are atting me.
I've just completely disabled that sound.
Yeah, but I need it for. I don't want it for most, but I want it for some. Oh, why did you get rid of my depot?
Yeah, I wish I could do
wait,
that.
wait. There's a reason that depots on the end of railway lines. Did you think I'd gone? No. Good
Yeah.
reason. There's a good reason. Trains entering depots enter depots slowly. So now we have fast trains. That means they're not off the railway line for a longer time.
Oh, they slow down and hinder everything, you mean?
They slow, yeah, because normally they slow down from like 50 miles an hour to 50 miles an hour, so it doesn't matter. Now they're slowing down from 100 miles an hour to 50, and they will cause a jam. So yeah,
Raspberry.
so that's why later on you need to start putting your depots at the end of lines, because basically the train can then leave the railway line at full speed.
Oh, I see. It doesn't hinder everything as much in that area.
Yeah, I'm just trying to speed this train up because the Coal Bucket Express is losing so much. The Coal Bucket Express might actually be struggling now
Hmm.
to fill everything up. Like it's just arrived. It's loading. Oh, a little bit of waiting still.
Wow. So Boddington Bay Airport still has a shitload of passengers.
Yeah.
957 and climbing.
That's-
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
We should
well,
better clone the South Coast Flyer then. I would suggest.
yeah. Is it making a profit? Yeah, I guess it is.
It said last year it made minus £2,000. Profit this year 1,300.
It's only January. Don't forget.
Yes. Made a loss last year. And it stopped because
Well, that's no good, is it? Why
Why
has
is
it
it
stopped?
stopped?
Oh, I didn't put exit signals on. Yes, you get this great situation when you screw up, and sometimes trains are waiting for themselves.
Gotta love it.
You're just you sit there going, why? And then you realise there's 10 tiles up is a turnaround point or a junction, and it can just see itself reserving it.
that was pretty good. Profit this year 20,000. Yes, we're definitely cloning that one.
Don't forget, sometimes there isn't as much money in the banana stand as you think, because this is money that has accumulated. So if you're emptying it at too fast a rate, you won't.
That's normal railway, by the way you
Yeah.
rode in there. Oh, that's not. That's
No,
not.
okay.
Sorry.
We've accumulated a bunch of passengers, but it might not be able to sustain those passengers.
Right. Well, the airport's got absolutely shed loads,
Yeah.
which is where you're getting the majority of them from, I would suggest.
Yeah, but my point is, it might only be making 100 passengers a month, but we've had 10 months to build up, so there's 1,000 people waiting. So if you go,
Well, it's been high every time I've looked at it.
yeah, but it needs to be going down is the important thing. My point
Right,
is,
it's got 5 bags of mail and 1,000 passengers
but
waiting
if
now.
you just go right 100 trains, eventually what will happen is, for heaven's sake, now what is going on with these trains?
A second one wouldn't hurt.
No, second one won't hurt, but don't go nuts. Why is this train in this one? I'm going to just change these to entry and exits.
Yeah, something screws going on at Panning Head South.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
don't understand. Panning Head, I don't understand
It's
why.
Well, the trains, the signal it's decided to go
Red.
down is the one that's occupied.
Yeah, but why has that one gone?
It got as far as it could before it hit a signal. That signal doesn't want to be there; it wants to be further back, so it can choose between the three, doesn't it?
Yes, because
Or
it can.
something?
It has an entry signal. Have I got the wrong way around? Entry signal, green as long as
I don't know.
It should have taken the green one. Either of the green ones.
Yeah, so we can't reverse it because the train behind that and the train behind that are all queuing
Let
up.
me just make sure they are. It's all electric. I mean, I can make this first one skip. Let's follow the other line, see what happens. Oh, waypoints. That's why we had waypoints. So these trains.
Oh, and it's deliberately going through that one because you told it to go through it.
Yes, because we were. Let me delete
We were
that.
doing waypoints, so now we don't want to do waypoints.
Yeah. So what we might want to do.
Bin the waypoint?
No, because then it will just have orders. There's only 2
Oh,
trains.
that's just. Oh, I see, because that's the coal train waiting for that line.
Oil. No, the oil train doesn't use the waypoint. The oil train can use any line it likes.
Why can't the other trains use any line they like?
Because they specifically had orders to go to Panning Head waypoint. So
Rather than down that middle line.
the middle line is Panning Head waypoint.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But why can't they just go to any old platform?
Because we told them to go to Panning Head waypoint. Because we wanted to make sure the oil train always had somewhere unique. And there's no way of saying go to anywhere except Panning Head waypoint.
So the solution to that problem, because the
Is that-
little train that was blocking it, is just to have another... No, just to have...
Is to have
Okay.
it, the split.
Well, no, you just need a set of signals that are past that three-way junction that lets both trains sit in the middle lane.
Yeah, the solution is to I haven't have enough room, unfortunately. But the solution is to have the split after the waypoint. And
Right, so the other train can...
so unfortunately we'd have to twiddle the orders. But what it should have been is that all of the trains should... I mean, this should be like Panning Head passenger waypoint. Let's just call it. So the idea is there that the oil train can use any platform it likes, but it doesn't get held up by the passenger trains. And then we were going to use it for goods, if you recall. This is where the game falls down, because it's nearly always easier just to keep building more and more platforms. As long as you have more platforms and trains, it's easy. It's only when you get more that it becomes tricksy.
This is one way now. So this section around the farm is holding up the
Wait, why is this all
the
one?
flyer.
Why did you delete a whole bunch of lines? Or if I put signals on a one-way line like a twit?
There are no signals on the bit through the farmland.
So Sprinter is going up there, but don't tell me Sprinter has to go all the way through 4 stations it doesn't need to just to get back. Did you remove all of that line? So the 2 Sprinters have to take a ridiculous route. That was not a plan.
I was in no. That was the whole thing on the right. That was new.
But did
I took all of that away because it was not needed.
What it
You
is?
couldn't go back.
Yeah, because the Sprinters use it.
Aren't the sprinters going back through Carlton Central?
No, they are just going from A to B. Eventually, I'd like to upgrade this whole line to be 2-way. There's almost no limit to how much we can put on. But yeah, that screwed up all the Sprinters.
I don't understand why it would.
Because
screw them up.
the
Because
Sprinters...
they have to come down. They can't. I don't understand.
Because the Sprinters are going to... Look at the orders on the Sprinters. Two things.
You spend far too long playing this game. I don't know how to drive it.
Okay, look at the Sprinters. Look at the orders on the Sprinters. Very simple.
I don't want to. I just want to shoot things.
Very simple orders on the Sprinters. But you've deleted the route they were using. And now you force them to go all the way up, that's fine, and then take this circuitous route through 3 stations they won't service. So you've just jammed up a line with far more traffic than it needs. This is why.
I still don't understand.
Okay, see Sprinter or Sprinter 2.
Sprinter. I got Sprinter. Yeah, I got Sprinter.
Right.
Yeah,
You see the 2 stations it's servicing.
Hold on. It's only servicing 2.
It's only servicing 2. Yes, because
What
those.
does it do?
It goes to Panning Head, something or other, and
So
then
collecting
Barley
passengers.
Something. Yeah, so it just goes back and forwards, just back and forwards, back and forwards.
Okay, so it make more sense to just chuck it everywhere.
No, because they're not very fast. They don't carry very many people.
But
They're not very good.
630 passengers.
But yeah, I mean, in theory, lots of things in a big loop's fine, but they will end up jamming up. When we have 3 trains or more going up the top, it will probably become a bit of a nightmare because we don't have enough room up there. We've only got 2 platforms and no real way of having more. So we've got. So one other good tool, if you click on a station, you can then click on the little picture of a train, and it shows you all the trains servicing that station. I use that a lot, rather than trying to remember how the bloody hell anything works and how it's all set up, and then what trains go and what don't. But hopefully I'll have enough room for too long to actually have this all double. Did you duplicate the South Coast Flyer, by the way? Because it's raking in the cash. It's absolutely swimming in it.
Don't get told off.
No, a lot of this is you're obsessed with tidying up something, and without necessarily understanding it. And a lot of the reason I don't is I haven't played a lot of Fortress Craft Online, where or Mindustry, you go, I'll just tidy this up, and someone goes, oh no, you didn't fully understand it. But that comes from writing code, where. Like in code reviews, now what's the rule? Is it 10 lines of code an hour? That's how much you can understand code. And if you go, oh, I know what this does, and you delete it, and it's code that controls a nuclear power station or something, you must understand the code, how it's used in all situations and all ramifications. I think he used to know Mythius. He used to work doing bridge software. So software that simulate bridges.
The passenger waypoint still isn't working at Panning Head South. The Sprinter's turned up, but it's sitting there like a lemon.
Is it red? So it's got... Oh, well, it's because... Yeah, okay, that's my fault. Sorry.
I don't have to do these lights anymore. They're so confusing.
That's fine. It's just normal light. No, I didn't delete one of the lights from earlier. So I had an entry light with no exit light.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, so Mythius would write he'd do bridge simulation software. So if you're building a bridge, you don't just build it and see if it falls down. You simulate it in this software. That's
Bridge
what
Builder.
he did. Yeah, just like Bridge Builder, but real. Yeah. He left because he said he committed 2 lines of code 6 months ago, and they hadn't finished ratifying whether or not those lines of code were safe. There's no margin for error. There's 1% of the time where there's a bug and the bridge falls down. It has to work. Gaming's not quite that bad, but I very rarely delete code. I comment it out, and maybe a year later I'll delete it. But there's the last thing I want is to delete it and then go, oh shit! I've just worked out what that was. So you end up just leaving.
Well, that's where you have code control system. So I'll just pull it out of the backup.
Yes, but then you're like, but then you have to realise there was code that was deleted.
Yes.
So if you've got a big function and you think the middle bit doesn't do anything, you delete it. A year later, you're like, why this isn't working? You're looking at it. You'd have to then run back a year in the source control and go, that was the middle bit. So, yeah, you end up doing that quite a lot. And I think I end up taking that into my gaming because it's the same thing. I want to make sure I understand absolutely what's going on, especially if it's somebody else's. I mean, I joked about this when I was playing Ministry with Henry, because I said, I'm glad Max isn't here, because I'm purposely putting a slow piece of conveyor here in order to give priority, because you come along, you go, whoop, someone's dirt fast, which 99% of the time is perfect, and absolutely, but I'm like, I want to put a note in Ministry, or you purposely can set a conveyor to slow or something.
Or just have a note there just saying this is slow deliberately, or deliberate, or some sort of have something there deliberately sort of mark it out.
Not broken.
Make the messages, but nobody reads them.
Not broken, do not fix. You should definitely clone South Coast Flyer.
Which one's the clone? I'm trying to work out which one clone is.
Go to any depot and click on clone train, and then click on the train.
Oh, duh. So I was expecting to be one of those buttons on the side. That one. Not enough cash. Yeah,
How much
shoot.
do you... Oh, we've got...
It costs 72,000.
Let's borrow more. How much do you need?
72,000.
Done.
Okay.
Sort by profit last year. Oh no, wood trans. Oh wow, no, wait, hold on. Profit last year. Why are you sorting in this order? I said sort. Huh? What the fuck? Oh right, okay. South Coast Flyer last year made negative 2,000. This year has made 43,000. So that's the problem. Wood transport's not very reliable. Last year it made negative 4,000. This year it's made 20,000.
Yeah.
But
It's just sitting there most of the time.
It's just sitting there, yeah.
And then once it does it, suddenly the goods train does something.
So
I was wondering if we really need two. I know you're saying you don't want,
yeah,
you always want to have something there, but you
want
could have like a really small one and a really big one, and the small one is the stopgap between the big one and it coming around again.
Only if the small one... What would probably make this more efficient is to have two trains of half the length. That would probably be better because we're waiting so long. In fact, we can check.
Yeah.
So if I click on Wood Transport 1, and I don't go in this very often, and then I click on the Go To, and I click on the timetable, we can see. So it travels...
So you have to help me out here. How do you get timetable up?
So click on the Go To icon, the orders one.
Yeah.
And click on timetable in the top right. So this is where it gets into the realms of do not touch.
Mm.
So it takes 53 days to travel to Tarfanfield Mill. But it's staying at Fluborough Woods for, I'm guessing, hold on.
So let's go to New Fleury and stay for 30 days, travel 53 days.
I think
go
we
to Tarfanfield Mill, stay for 4.
Ah, yes, remember.
Travel 33 days.
You were trying to fiddle with this, weren't you?
Yeah.
So they are timetables.
I didn't play with the timetable. I didn't play with the timetable.
Maybe I did.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's whatever.
How do I...
It's taking too long.
Yeah, well, what it is a timetable, if you don't set a timetable, which I think we might have, lets you see how long it takes. You can see it takes 800 days to load.
I only press a couple buttons in the timetable. First thing I do is I press autofill. After that's done, which it takes quite a while, it takes like 1.5 times through the entire route for it to fully fill that with all the times. Then I go through and I click on each station and tell it to stay for like 3 days and not 1 or something. You know, give it enough time to fill. And then after that, I will hold down Control and I will hit Start Date. And I will set it to whatever that the top number in the top right date is, and then hit Go.
See, I'm afraid, Max, all I heard from there was there's a button marked Auto, so I've clicked on that.
Well, there's no point dragging around empty cargo.
Well, the idea is you can say, look, fully load, or wait for 10 days, or however many. I don't know if you noticed, but the timetable said this train is late by 1,082 days.
Ooh.
So, Esmir, with are you doing a full-on Snowpiercer thing there? 714 days to complete a route.
Yes, I am.
I didn't say I've been enjoying the Snowpiercer TV series. It has been, it's been good. Better than the film in many ways, as it's kind of exploring this fascinating post-apocalyptic society. It's not been explained why the train needs to keep going, rather oddly. The best argument I saw is that although the world is frozen, some of the world is still a bit warm, so the train is just staying in the warmest bit. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. If only they had said that. Okay, let's have another look at our stations. So Bardingstone Airport, Tarfingfield Mill is got goods. So when a train arrives at Tarfingfield Mill, it takes 2 train loads to empty. That's probably all right. I mean, I'm hoping that another forest gets planted sooner or later.
Yes, that'd be nice.
And hopefully, for too long, Bardingstone Bay Airport
£5,000
will accept. If I could afford to pay for new buildings, I would, but I can't.
We could make the goods train longer.
Yes, but
It takes all the goods that are produced in one hit, rather than
yes,
doing one and a bit. I think ends
as-
up then taking 1.5.
as long as you don't have the train bigger than one hit's worth of wood. Because then it will wait for
Yes.
one train and then just sit there and wait for one more goods and go around. As it is, it's all right.
Fine.
The weird thing is, I said it's you apparently you only transported 63% of the goods, 64%. Like you made all the goods, and
Yeah.
then good. So here the train's at 86%. So this is where a timetable would be sensible. If
Yeah,
I
try to get off the station.
yeah, it's a shame there isn't a better option from this. Full load. There is load if available, but that doesn't mean leave. But I think I can say how much. So go to Tarfingfield Mill, stay for 118 days. Let's leave every 60 days. So hopefully that's
Full or
understandable.
not.
So yeah,
Yeah.
every 60 days it will leave, which is not very long. And then it will take 21 days to travel up the A31 there. Take 3 days to unload, and then take 17 days to get back. So I do like that. So I can see that the return journey is more efficient than the out journey for reasons. I'm surprised Tarfingfield isn't struggling for more people. I'm also surprised that Bardingstone Bay Airport is quite so... Oh, it's down to 400 passengers. So the flyers are doing a great job. What isn't doing a great job? 11 and 12. Let's pop those in a depot and let's give them some extra carriages. Because sometimes if you have a very small train, it just can't carry enough things to make any money.
Here's a thought.
I've heard
Not
that
saying
phrase
about a
before.
very clever thought, but a thought all the same. Around the edge of the farming fields, there's obviously they haven't put farmland down. Is it possible to use the landscaping tool to put the land down to take the train around the edge?
Yeah, but if you convert it from being farmland to anything else, it will cost you a fortune.
Fine.
Incidentally, we could be taking livestock to a place to make more goods.
I
With
think you can
Pennyhead
go
Farm.
over it.
Wait, hold on. Say that again, Shaka.
I think you can go over the farmland.
Yes, but it's expensive to delete farmland in any way. Oh, do you mean as a
Like a bridge.
I
You need a hell of a bridge.
don't know if that's allowed. Might be more expensive. I've never thought about that.
Using bridges the entire way.
That feels like a very clever exploit. I like it.
So the
How
Pennyhead
do you
Farm
like my
has...
hydroponics about bypassing the farmland?
Right, let me get train 12 upgraded slightly, and then I will.
Pennyhead Farm is producing grain and items of life.
So that goes to a factory.
Yes. And factories then make goods which go to houses.
I don't think they do actually. I think they only go to businesses.
Well, it says here, factory produces goods which go to houses. Accepting industries. Houses. It says there on the, and you click the link.
Let's have a look. This house accepts.
Display chain.
Yeah. Office block. House. Now houses accept mail. I mean, when I say house, I mean a house rather than an office block. But this office block accepts 4/8 for good or 3/8 for good. But houses only make passengers. Oh no, flats accept goods. Yep, you're totally right. I'm wrong. So
Well, it's what the game's telling me. I'm not making that up.
yeah.
If the game's wrong, the game's very wrong.
Well, that happens.
Steel mill, farm, all go to factory.
Is there a factory?
Um,
So if we, as a
you derped really early on and made everything so damn small. I don't think we've got one of everything yet.
don't blame
I know
me.
it's deliberate, but it just annoys me a bit.
Factory one. Don't blame me. Blame the level generation. Oh, there's a factory right by Prenton.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, it's about 25 feet from the thing. So the good thing about doing that is Schalke is supplying something to it. the more you supply to a factory, the more goods it makes. Now, where can we take the goods easily that's a long way away and fast? So if you want to run the goods, sorry, the stuff to it, except if you want to run the livestock and the grain to it, instead, lesson learned: have a livestock train and a goods train. Oh, actually, you could almost do it using lorries. I like trains. And I will hook this up to our current network and work out somewhere a long way away that accepts goods, because the further away it is, the more money we make. Yes, if you make a grain and a goods train, sorry, grain and a livestock train, and use the left-hand 2 platforms, right-hand 2 platforms, and I will use the other ones for the good stuff.
So, platform
At Prenton Woods. And
sorry, you only put one that's farm then.
yeah, so run the farm up to Prenton Woods. Run a livestock train and a goods train.
7 length, 2 long. I'll just put it beside this one.
Yeah. Always 7 long.
It's farm. It's going to be on farmland.
It will be on farmland.
I can put it near the road. Okay, actually, I'm not sure. Can I build on the road?
It's not our road.
Yeah. See what's the minimal impact I can have here? 'Cause we can have a little. If we use the current traffic that we've got going past, especially just put the platform down and put a little bit of, that's been minimum. Put it right next to it. Accepts nothing. Supplies grain and livestock. I'm going to put it right next door to it, between the whatever that is, the little blue thing with a little bit of road on it.
I think that's Schalke's goods depot, lorry depot.
Right. Bonk. Like that. Now panning head west.
Okay, so I've got a train. Go to there. Full load. Then go a long way. So the further we go, the more money we make.
Right.
That's the rules. Oh, then I managed to overwrite my order. How much is that? Prenton Woods. Full load. Go. And we're going to call you the...
Can you mix load requirements and time wait conditions?
I don't know. I don't bother with the timetables. I just make my network better so it doesn't matter. Sometimes I make it worse and it does matter.
If you don't check, how you know whether it matters or not?
I'm not telling you, you're not on my team. No, I usually, again, I've played this so long, the timetables to me are fancy new technology. I've only just got around to understanding transfers, and that's only been in the game about 10 years.
Oh, damn it. Bloody traffic lights went wrong.
I kind of wish the game was a bit better at saying to you, this traffic light is derpy. Like saying, you've got two traffic lights that are going and no one can ever possibly get here.
So I can't build a railway. There's no track. I'm like, what am I looking at? There's track there.
If you're building one on a slope, remember each tile is also split into 2 subtiles if it's a vertical or horizontal one.
Oh, maybe up there then.
I just usually zoom right in.
Yeah. Oh, it's because it's a junction?
Yeah, there's certain combinations you're not allowed to put rail line signals on. It used to be loads of different ones you weren't allowed to put lines on, but
Okay.
they've implemented lots of different ones over the years.
Okay, I'm going to have to take a little more of a circuitous route in that corner then.
I like the way building a bridge vaguely sounds like someone rolling ball bearings around in a frying pan.
Ah, oops, forgot about that.
You've just broken South Coast Flyer.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, I've got a railway signal thing on my bloody cursor. I want to go to the railway signal off my cursor, but not... You fixed it.
No, I don't know what's wrong with it. Well, I just got a warning.
I told it to go the wrong way. I literally put a traffic light in the way, and it went, oh, I can't get past that one. Which is fine. It's just my dappiness. It's okay. Hopefully there's a signal there. Two-way signal. Ah, turn it around, for fuck's sake.
Wait, why is it trying to go there?
It's because I'm fucking around the signals in that area.
But I don't understand. That train should have just gone. You've got a flow line
It
past
can't.
it. Oh,
It hasn't. I just literally put a signal in to tell it to go to let it past.
okay.
I was thinking that might be two directional, so I thought I'd put a signal in there to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I usually don't put them on the horizontal or vertical because it's really hard to work out which way round it is.
Yeah, you can't see them. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So now it's.
Oh, fuck's sake! Wrong bloody signal type.
So remember, you
fucking
can
hate
click.
this.
You can click and drag signals.
You have to control click.
No, what? So if I'm going to
Oh,
select.
you put a whole load.
Yeah, if I select the
At a
block
certain
signal
pacing.
and I just draw it, I'm going to just go drag a whole line and block. See, it just puts one every
lovely.
4 tiles.
Oh, okay. So I put 2 there, and then I've got the down, whatever you call it, the line that comes back down again. I've got signals that try and control the station there, but you can bypass the station.
Yeah. So the signals. So let me show you these signals again.
You fix it.
It's not that hard. Don't ever look at the online help. Oh my god. So we've got a entry signal and 2. Oops, wrong button.
You do both platforms.
Entry.
You can't do both platforms because there's no way of telling it to put in front of the
Yeah, so
leftmost platform.
we're gonna have to make a little bit
Yeah.
more room.
Sorry,
It's all right. All right,
I was keen.
Oh. Right. So, what we want is it so the train will always choose a platform that doesn't have a train on it.
Yes.
So we're using exit signals, and you can't really see what they are. So let me just pop a little bit of track down there so we can see because they're facing the wrong way. So the exit signals, and I haven't memorized this, are the ones with the vertical white stripe. Entry signals have a horizontal yellow stripe.
Right.
So what I've got here is the wrong button. So what I've got here is a yellow one and 2 white ones. So that means that as long as one of those is green, one of the exit signals is green, the entry signal is green, and then the train will always go to the right one. If both of those are full, both of those are red, nothing will come in. And it's that simple. There's no other jiggery-pokery. There are much more complicated signals, and I simply don't use them because I don't really understand them.
Yeah.
And then just want to make sure you've airlocked the through, and that should be all good. Just need the trains. I'm waiting for your goods. Oh wait, how are you connecting it? Oh, and how are you connecting to Prenton Woods? Via Prenton Central? Or I hadn't thought that far.
Hadn't thought that far.
Well, if you make the trains and give them orders, I will sort it out.
Prenton Woods.
So
it's got to go.
Yes, unfortunately,
That's a bit circuitous, but
it is more than a little bit. But let's do it, and if they're not making a profit, we'll fix it.
Okay. So there's a nearby depot. Vehicles.
Oh, man.
Have we got enough money to put this train on?
You can always borrow some more.
£46,000 just for the electric train. Wowzers. How much livestock are there? Let's see. Livestock. 25 items. Okay, is there a livestock train? Good, whatever it is. Nothing. It's waiting there. Accepts nothing. Yes, I know. 12 tons of grain, 40 items of livestock. That's in a grain hopper as well.
Don't mix and match on the same
tons.
train. I've learned that lesson because then you can't do a full load.
Why not?
Because it will fill up on grain.
But not necessarily fill up on livestock.
And then when it is full, it will leave, but then more grain has arrived in the meantime.
So you're
Never...
saying have one with one and one with the other?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay, so that means I need two logos.
Yes. Or you can't use full load. That's the other option.
Right. Unless you use one of each, or very small numbers, so it just gets full quickly and then goes.
No, because the if we look at the farm creates about 3 and a bit times as much livestock as grain. So no matter what ratio you choose, it will fill up on one or the other.
Right.
But hopefully, Schalke's boats is making. I'm assuming Schalke is delivering stuff to here. He is. They're all making massive losses, but I'm sure that he will resolve that as time goes on. That is right, Schalke. You are fixing it, yeah. Good. Are your boats decent?
Let's say that I'm
good. Well,
oh crap! And of course, if it goes from here, it's going to have to do a hell of a route. It's going to come from that depot.
Don't worry about that. Make it go first. Do the route, and then we can optimize it. Once it's going and making money, we can see if we can bypass things.
It's got to go to Pennyhead West to get the goods, and then can't see the bloody thing. And then Prenton Central, which is where the goods go to town.
Yeah, and then from Prenton, yeah. So Schalke is also offloading goods. So this is where sharing is a good idea.
Sharing is
scaring. Sharing is scaring. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing, man?
Okay.
Stop posting pictures of burgers on your timeline. Seriously, Otley's a long way from me, and I'm like, nom nom nom. I keep seeing delicious burgers. Just stop it. I mean, don't, but so do. We're playing with trains tonight. That is a very small train you've made.
Yes.
I
did say.
But
you were like, no, you can't share the goods on that one.
But you definitely always want to tell it to full load.
Okay.
Very.
I can't really work out how to rename the bloody thing.
I've done that. It's the little picture of a newspaper thing.
Ah, there we go.
Why were you talking about me? What's happened? Just checking my Facebook, no notifications. No, next time I do have some friends in Otley, and the next time we're actually allowed to leave the house, I will definitely come and patronise you. What have you been waiting for free path? Get on with it, Coal Bucket Express. It's hard to. I started playing this game when I was probably 17.
Wow.
It's I say we used to play it via a null modem cable at college, and at that point there was a limit of 255 trains or carriages. So after a while, you would start to buy up carriages without telling anyone.
The train's just chosen a duff route.
Which train?
Ice cream van. It's done a 90-degree turn into Bardingston Bay Airport, but it didn't choose an empty platform.
That's because it's the... Yeah, I don't think I sussed out path signals, so I'm just going to replace those with signals I understand.
Sure.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Are pass signals similar to press signals?
No, path signals are... Yeah, I don't understand pre-signals. I don't understand combo signals. Path signals I do understand, I thought, and apparently I don't. Is that where my at came from? Gotcha. I wonder. I did say. I wonder which one was going. Boop, boop. There we go. Yeah. So really, Max, we kind of want that route to be able to just hoppity boppity over to.
Just.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say just. I have
It's
analysed all of the pros and cons and decided that it is simply a just. Wait, what? All right. So your ice cream van, it left, went all the way up there, all the way back there, and now it's just arrived at the start of its journey.
I did say.
Yeah.
I did say. That's fine.
You should make the other one. You should make the
Well, they're only making 32. This is the
other
grain.
Yeah, you need
12 tons.
Yeah, you need to make the other one as well.
Yeah, but the grain hopper carries 30 tons, and they're only producing 12 tons.
But what we need to do now is we need to get our ratings up, and the only way to do that is to bite the bullet and make a loss for a while. Now, probably it would have been better to have lorries and just use that road. Probably. But this is called open truck Tycoon, is it? I'm going to set Goody Two Shoes off as well, because I've not actually seen that one go. And so yeah, my ears weren't burning, but my Discord was beeping. I just didn't spot. Are you going to be on one of Pad's streams? They did a Burnout 3 stream, and we were going to surprise the guy doing the stream with, "Here's one of the Burnout devs," but Pad couldn't keep his mouth shut and went, "I guess what's happening." So it wasn't much of a surprise. He just ruined it, which is a shame, as there is no greater joy in life than mild pranks.
Right, so now the grain train's got to do a stupid bloody thing.
It better be called Grain Train.
Yes.
Maybe all aboard the grain train.
Yes, I'm thinking I need to do something to make the ice cream van go round a bit, but I don't have to make it do a loop nicely.
Where is the ice cream van? I can't see it.
It is going down to the airport again.
No, it better not be. It won't be. What? Keep watching. I have fixed it.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, I know.
Watching. And where's it going to go? Up to Printown Central again. Why would it go there?
Wait, and then up to Carhatton.
Right.
And then, then it was waiting for a train on a different line. Let's fix that. It just wait for that train that was just going past.
Yeah.
See, sometimes what's a good idea is to make junctions much bigger, so something nearby doesn't affect it. So now that's fine. That'll all split up and do its thing.
Okay.
Where's it gone?
It's going to... I think it may be lost.
No, that's good.
It can't get to where it needs to load.
Oh yeah,
it can't get to where it needs to load.
Oh, it can.
Not unload.
I'm not arguing it's making a good route. We will come to that, but it will make it.
Sure.
I'm fair. Oh shit, wrong button. I'm fairly sure. I meant to estimate how much that was and just built it instead.
Yeah. Now where's it going to go?
Yeah. So you didn't set the orders non. Wait, now it's not going where I expected it to come out. What the fuck? Why? Huh? It hasn't told us it's lost. It thinks it's doing the right thing. I mean, it's not. Oh, right, it's heading for Panning Head West. What?
Which is where the grain side of the farm. Panning Head West is the farm.
And then where does it go once it's gone to Panning Head West? Our max.
Well, then it goes back to Printown Central.
And why would it be going there?
You told me to take there.
No, why would I tell you that?
Goods. Goods sell there.
No, it doesn't carry goods. And Printown Central doesn't take goods, quite importantly. But it doesn't take goods.
Anyway, the point is it's now going all the way down to the airport and back.
Yes, because you told it to go to the wrong place. I'm giving you a hint. Your hint is it should be going to Printown Factory.
Where's that? Oh, down there.
Yeah, you've taken it to the town, which is just a town. You have to take it to the factory, which incidentally is bigger than the town.
Yes. Now. Right, so if I delete that, go to there. But then it still can't get more goods, so... It can't get onto that side of the track unless we
Oh,
route the track.
no, it can do. It can definitely get. If it's going to Pentown Factory, it can definitely get on and off Pentown Factory.
Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is once it gets to the factory, it then can't get to Punninghead West. There is no way to Punninghead West.
There is. It's just not a good way. There is a way.
You have to go through the airport. You have to go to the airport and back.
So, as it leaves, do you mean?
It's leaving the airport now.
Okay, let's rename these things. Punninghead Farm. Right.
Yeah.
Forget the fact it went to the factory. We're talking about ice cream van, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So ice cream van is here. It will now. Where's it heading to? It's now heading to Punninghead Farm to pick up some goods.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you tell it to full load? Good. And did you also fix the order on Pain Train, whatever it's called? Does that have a similar?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So let's bring both of those up on the screen.
Yep.
Let's see what it does.
North Train's getting very old and urgently needs replacing. Got some money.
Yeah, but we don't have anything to replace it with yet.
Well, just the loco, surely.
No. So it's one of the double-ended ones that carry.
Oh, passengers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's the grain train going past. That's going to the airport.
Now the grain train should not go to the airport. If it does, we have a problem.
It has a problem.
I don't think it's not going to the airport. I bet.
No, but it has to go to the airport in order to get onto the other line back up to the.
I bet you
to
it's
the farm.
not. No, it's not. Keep watching it. Keep watching grain train.
Okay, I should watch it. Yeah. It says head for Punninghead Farms. I'm curious to know where it's supposed to go.
Oh, farm. It's going towards the factory. Oh, wait.
Grain train. Oh, you're talking about ice cream van.
I was talking about ice cream van. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll be okay to get to the factory. The problem is getting back from the factory.
Oops, my fault. Never mind. Ignore that. Ignore all ignore all the messages. Come on, grain train. Chop chop. Wait, what? Why is it going that way?
What route does it have to get back to the factory?
Hold on, ignore that. I'm looking at the factory. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong train. Ice cream van. Let's follow ice cream van.
Okay.
I should have downloaded a mid of what's that? That they always used to use over trains. I don't know either.
So it's going to the factory.
Yep. It will make it. I've even improved the route. I haven't improved the route back. We should have set non-stop though. Non-stop. That means it will go through the train. It's going through the stations at 100 miles an hour. That's not safe.
So steel has been a little bit stuck. I used an order of unload, and it unloaded the train, and then it loaded the same cargo into it again.
Yes, you should say unload and leave empty. So there's the shortcut into Pentown Factory.
Okay.
And hopefully I haven't messed up these signals. I probably have.
Translating the terms into the localized language doesn't help much.
Oh, I wouldn't play the game.
You haven't given it an exit path.
I have. There is an exit, but yeah, it's
got to go backwards.
Well, we'll find out. It will error at me now. If you can't get out, it will. Wait, oh right. That's sorry. Oops. Yes, okay, sorry. That doesn't have a route, but that's just because I'm an idiot.
So it'd be better if you just went straight across, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna change it because what I don't actually. So what it has to do now is it now has to go north all the way up to Nunbury Hub, around Nunbury Hub, back through Prenton Central, past Punninghead Woods, and then down to. Yeah, I'll fix it, but it will work.
I just want a bridge here.
I swear, by the way, half the people on the stream are just here so they can hear me pronounce British place names. Made up British place names.
Oh, all that.
That looks good. This should be good. I've gone around the farm.
Yep. I put a bridge in and you just ignored it.
I think there are more narrower ASMR channels than that.
If I blow the bridge up, do I get money back?
No. What, ASMR channels that are just people listing out.
No.
I tell you what, that's a great idea. Let me just pick up the thing I dropped on the floor.
Right, so that means the train can go up to the thing and then go round. How does it go?
Yeah. And the important thing is, as I mentioned earlier, with code or with this game, make sure you understand it before you change it. Sometimes I've just watched a train for a while
I don't care. I just
sure...
make it right in the first place, I think. Makes it easier.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm talking at my ass, but you know what I mean. That going across there would then have to do...
But now, the trains...
That's a batshit route.
No, now that route's fixed, because now there is a proper loop for... See, watch Ice Cream Van. It can now take a quick route home. A quick route back.
But taking a long route is bad, isn't it?
No, it's a quick route back. If you watch it, it will now...
Yeah, but long route out. Long route out is a bad thing, isn't it?
The long route there, but yeah, we have improved that slightly.
So I was thinking we could use that route, if it's only got 2 trains on it, we could use that route for both of them.
No, because what you're doing there is you're... Yes, I mean, we could hook it up. I mean, that's what I was expecting you to do. I wasn't expecting you to hook onto the existing line. But that does kind of work. Tad, I have to say, as a British person, I would say Panning Head, Hartbridge, Tonpool, Nunbury, they're probably real places. If they're not, Brutway, Carhatton, Chinborough, Great Slumpfield, Tarfingfield, Rennington. I don't know if they are real places, but if you told me they were, I wouldn't argue. Yeah, but so you're talking about optimizing this, basically coming up onto here.
Yeah, so you watch Ice Cream Van. Where's it going now?
It will take a long route.
Yes, is that good or bad? I thought shorter was better, faster was better.
Shorter and faster is better.
Oh, so he did a 180 in the depot.
Oh yeah, because you haven't allowed trains to leave, and there's no good way of doing this. So that's a 90-degree corner. That's a 90-degree corner, which you're not supposed to do. They're very slow.
It's only 2 trains, 2 carriages.
Yeah, but it will go round it slowly. But yeah, that's why it was going round in that sort of loopy-loo. But I think you're right. And there's probably a term for these. I don't know, Transport Tycoon. There's no room. Damn you, Nunbury Pootings. Nunbury Pootings, I'm not sure is a very well named town though.
I like it. I think it's hilarious.
I like it, but I've never heard of Pootings as a...
What, Poot?
Yeah, but not as a place name. Yes, it's not as a place name. Hello, we like to poot here. No.
Poot?
I'm going to Google Pootings. Pootings Road, Edinburgh. Fair enough. And in Kent. All right, yeah, fine. Yeah, so you're talking about having an up there. That would be way... If all you have to do... This is the best bit. You don't have to mess with the orders. All we have to do is...
put better routes in.
Is put better routes in. The trains will go, that's better.
Yep.
Or... No, because that's worse. I'm not going to say that's happened, but that's happened a lot. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go grab a drink. And then I'm going to do... I'm going to take up Shauka's name. And we're going to stop doing LAN party games. We're going to go to a pure ASMR channel. Kohaka, are you there as well? I have something to show you. It's right here. Back in a moment.
What's he got? Colossal plastic turd man.
Oh, come on, Town, stop getting mad at me. It's not my fucking fault.
Kahaka, he's back. Let me scoff my biscuits. Ideally, by the way, you wanted 2 small trains, but that does get quite expensive.
Yeah, the locos aren't. I don't know if they're paying for themselves now. They're making small amounts of money. And the grain train's sat there waiting for grain, so that's not making any money at all.
Mm-hmm. I wish it was possible to show how much total money a train had made, including its initial purchase costs.
Where are you getting the grain?
From the farm.
Is that competing with hydroponics?
Oh, right. Is that... Well, yeah, but you're doing a terrible job of it, so yes. Well, we can see. Let's look at the ratings. Where do I look at the ratings? Hold on, how do I see who's doing better? I'm sure there was a way. I mean, Sharko, to be quite frank, bring it with your 67% rating. We've got 80% rating on grain, but only 42% on livestock.
Can I somehow see where all the banks are?
Yes. Click on the map, click on Industries, which is the top right-hand icon, and then click on Bank, and it will flash. There are 2 banks. Banks are an amazing way of making money, but a very awkward one. Why can't I see the banks? Where are they? Make it flash. Okay, there's one in Brutway and one in Panning Head. Yes, the Panning Head one, we haven't got it covered. Damn it. And Brutway, we don't have anything out. So that's a...
I have airfields close. I remember those were quite good to be in the bank business. And I'm already in the passenger business between them.
I can do a platform length of 6. Come back to that one. Kohaka. I printed this area. I know it looks like a giant webcam, but this is how it printed. Printed on the bed like this. Isn't that cool? Don't you think that's cool? But what's this here? So this is how it printed.
Zoom in.
I have not... Oh, yeah, let me make it bigger. This is particularly cool. Right, so it printed like this on the bed, and it looks like a webcam. And this is how it printed. This hasn't been assembled, it hasn't been tweaked. And then... look at that. And you can just see Dora, just there. Hey, Dora. So that's how it printed. So it's... I actually wanted something for my webcam that I can adjust the height up and down on. But yeah, isn't that brilliant? And if it wasn't right, I can. There are versions with multiple steps, and I can print it taller. But yeah, you didn't seem to get the print in place stuff. So I haven't done anything to this. This is literally popped it on, hit print, and it came assembled. That's the clever bit. So you don't even see it until you start to use it. So it just prints on the bed like that. It's ever so cool. So yeah,
you can get those interlocking cogs things that you can't possibly print and make in real life, apart from in a 3D printer where they're print in place. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
it's amazing.
Print in place is just brilliant.
very, very clever. Cause it seems impossible to make, but I guess it's just a matter of being careful how you cool it and things.
Yeah, so
The plastic.
It's what people have described as the third industrial revolution. It is the concept of additive FDM, fissile? What's the F? Deposit modeling. Finite deposit. Anyway, it's the idea that you build stuff up. All other ones, you either start with something big and carve stuff away, or you assemble.
Finite difference method.
That doesn't sound right. FDM 3D print.
Or you start with a big void and fill it.
Fused deposition modeling, yeah. Fused deposition modeling, yeah. You either start with a big void and you fill it, or you take a void, you take a solid thing and carve it away like a statue. So 3D printers let you do stuff like having a pipe with a heat sink inside the pipe. Stuff that is not possible in any method to do using any other system. You'd have to build the pipe with the heatsink in it and then seal the pipe up. So it's crazy. Some of the things people are coming up with, and 3D printing is relatively new. Unfortunately, only came out of its patent 7 or 8 years ago. So if it wasn't for the patent, 3D printing would be far, far, far more advanced than it is. But they had a patent, did almost nothing with it. Patent expired. World went crazy.
I thought you can do teeth and things with it.
In theory, yes. I mean, probably not on my one. Actually, it's UV curable. Possibly you actually could.
Yeah.
Never
and
thought...
ceramics and metals and all sorts.
Yes.
Says you can use chocolate and sugar to make it, to cook it.
Yeah, there was a guy that made a chocolate-based hot end. So you could print chocolate stuff.
I want to Google some of that.
Mine is a super cheap one. Mine one was 160 quid from Banggood, which is a dodgy sounding website, but a perfectly respectable website, rather weirdly. I assume it's an Indian name. I don't know why. I think it's a.
Oh, look at that!
You're looking at 3D printing chocolate.
3D printed sugar. 25 a day.
Not sure that's true. Or you've been misreading the 5 a day instructions. Maybe.
You need to live.
Maybe. Yes, but it's quite hard to eat anything without sugar in it. Oh wow, that's cool.
That is cool.
So chocolate you can 3D print, but the guy said it tastes like calendar chocolate. It doesn't taste like good. It doesn't taste good. It's a bit rare. Mere. But yeah, my one was 160 quid. My one will do PLA, PETG, nylon, carbon fibre. I'd say the usual. They pretty much all do that. As long as there's essentially 3 types. Ones with a heated bed, ones without a heated bed, and ones with an enclosure. And if it doesn't have an enclosure, you can you can 3D print an enclosure. You can also 3D print models in such a way so they 3D print with their own enclosure. It's not quite as good, but usually will do. My printer's disadvantage is it's a fairly small print area. It's 200. It's a circle, 200 millimeters big. Conversely, it is extremely fast. What is going on at Tarfingfield Mill?
So it matters how you use it?
I do not understand the question.
And not how big it is.
Well, it does limit you to how big you can make, but I think you're just.
I think he was making a euphemism.
It was very much a euphemism, wasn't it?
Yep.
Come on,
but maintain its style.
There we go. Stupid train. But yeah, we do get some better sprinter trains later on. They just haven't arrived yet. So this is kind of dead spot in the game where you can't build your sprinter trains. But yeah, mine's a Delta, so it has some advantages and some disadvantages, and the disadvantage is print size. Advantage, print speed. So on high quality, it's faster than I dared run my old printer at ultra maximum super turbo. I hope Tarkenfield like us now, because I really could do with more tracks. Seriously, guys? Fine, whatever then. Whatever. Right, let's have a look at our trains. Okay, so Nunbury Hub and Nunbury Pootings and Tonpool Bridge are all filling up. Now, I would just make bigger trains, but someone, may he ever remain nameless. So Andy's not here tonight, so he made some train stations that were only 5 long, and that is a problem because that means I can't put a full-size train into it. Hooray! Brutway Woods. What's Brutway Woods? Oh, that's the one I built. Good grief. Really? How long did that take you? So, Brutway Woods, Max, does not accept valuables. Bugger. I was kind of hoping it would. Oh, I thought Brutway had... Oh, bugger. And double bugger again. Fuck you, Brutway Authority.
Brutway Bank does produce valuables.
Yes, the way it works is when you deliver valuables to a bank, it makes a very small amount of valuables, very small amount, and as you deliver valuables to it, it makes more valuables. So you end up with this cascading. What's the opposite of a cascading failure? Cascading success.
Cascading success.
Snowballing.
Yeah, none of these seem right.
Snowball growth.
Exponential growth.
Like a runaway success. I'm trying to think of a positive way of phrasing it that isn't just taking.
No, that sounds right.
But that just sounds like I'm taking a negative way and then just putting the word success over it in the front of it. Anyway, you can end up with snowballing success. Okay, so Max, I've bribed my way in to Bruntway with trees. So Bruntway now frickin' love us, and we can get valuables out. Oh, no, we can't. Why doesn't that accept value? Oh, no, I balls it up. Oh, no. Please, Bruntway, please. No, please. How many more trees do I need to pay you with?
I'm glad I only put one cargo, one thing on that farm, because they're just doing bugger all most of the time.
It will come.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to have to wait for Brutway to stop hating us a little bit. Right.
I'm trying to set up a competitor for Brutway valuables.
Well, that's the interesting thing about valuables. You can't really compete because you're not fighting for the resources. The more resources you bring in, the more resources are there. And it just kind of cascade wins. Cascade. Opposite of cascade failure. What is the opposite of cascade? Not cascading.
Step. Waterfall method.
Oh, it's like the opposite of Resonant Cascade Success just doesn't have the same snappy...
Cost lots of money. You lost 2,000 on transfers there at the railway.
No,
but
what happens with transfers is that means it's cost us money to deliver them there, but that money gets made back when they arrive. So you can end up with certain hops kind of making money and kind of not. It can be really confusing, but as long as the train's making a profit at the end of the year, it doesn't matter.
Right. Is it because the passengers are just getting on everywhere and going, I want to go there, and it's like taking them so long to get to it?
So, so you're going from Brighton to Hove. You're going from Worthing to Hove, but you're going via Brighton.
Yeah.
You've arrived at Brighton. You have cost the train operator some money at this point. But in this game, you pay when you get off, so you haven't got off the train yet. So you're still in the process of travelling. When you leave at Hove, having changed at Brighton, that's fine. All the money flows back into the system. But this game used to have an issue where what would happen is the train operator wasn't reimbursed for the first hop of the journey. So that means that the Hove to Brighton part, Brighton to Hove would make a huge amount of money, and the Worthing to Hove part would make a loss. That no longer happens, thankfully.
Right.
So it was, essentially you're seeing the prepayment of one train operator to another, or one train to another one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I've run out of. I can't bribe Brutway to like us anymore, so we're just gonna have to wing it. Because I think Rob may have joined us very briefly tonight and built one station and then left. But yeah, cut out the Motor Man, just send the corrupt officials some money. Anyway, as soon as Brutway don't think we are horrible.
Pennyhead Orwells aren't filling up the train very quickly.
Yeah, we do seem to be struggling with our... So what we can do next time, we can always, before we start our next game, we can decide how we want it set up. So part of the reason I set it up this way is when there are too many... when building is too cheap and there are too many resources, the game just becomes so easy. You end up with so much money so fast. I mean, you can't possibly spend it. So I've tried to, stave off the part of the game where, you have 25 million in the bank, you just don't know how to spend it. So, but we can tweak. There are so many settings. So if there's anything that we particularly want, because lots of industries it seems good, but then we don't see each other in the game because
something's wrong with Wood Transport 1.
Ooh. But yeah, we don't see each other in the game. So I've tried to make sure that we are fighting over industries rather than just playing our own completely separate games.
Yeah.
Let's look at the wood. Wood. There must be a joke on wood transport we could do.
Morning wood.
Yeah, but like transporting. Some joke that involves moving an erection from one place to another, but I can't think of anything.
Wood.
Oh, it's only January. Yeah, so last year, Wood Transport 2 didn't make any money, but that's because it didn't get enough wood. It might be worth taking half the carriages off Wood 1 and Wood 2, though. I don't think that would hurt.
They at least used to move logs by floating them in rivers. I don't remember what's the English word for that.
Logging?
Just going for a shit. Yeah, logging. I don't know if there's a special term for moving your logs around through the river. Okay, Profit Maker 4000. It's time for a makeover. Shut up, Sprint. I can't replace you. You're the wrong type of train. I'm quite surprised this hasn't been addressed at all, because they haven't rebalanced the game. If you don't run any mods, the game is exactly the same as it was in whatever it was, 93.
Oh dear. Ice cream van's not making a profit.
Yes, I was wondering about that. I was just keeping an eye on it. It does seem to be doing quite a good route. And
Grain Train's doing a load of shit too.
But that's because sometimes we are waiting for the newly used factory to start making more money. So we need to wait for some years of it creating, so that then the usage goes up. Essentially, if you keep the ratings high enough, then it will produce more. On average.
Where can I see the leaderboard? Or how many points people have?
2 secs. It's under the graphs menu. It's company performance graph. Sorry, I just derped and built a railway carriage in the wrong. And again.
So I'm somewhere near 4,000, and you are somewhere 400.
Yeah, 400. Yeah,
and you're about 100.
Well, we're probably struggling because we have a lot of vehicles making a loss. Let's have a look. Performance history. Yep, Shalkra's honing us. So let's see, Max. Let's see what our problem is. Minimum profit is a problem, which is fine. We don't have very much money. We haven't paid off all our loan. We are only doing 5 out of 8 types of cargo. But it's okay, we still have another however many hundreds of years. Shalkra, on the other hand, is mostly why are you ahead of us? We've only got 20 vehicles. Really? Yeah, we don't have as many vehicles. We've only got 20 vehicles and 20 stations. I like the way Rob is every other month. Rob is beating us. But we're okay. We only have to win at the end. It's like a marathon.
So I'm confused how, unless I've screwed up, which is possible.
Oh wait, hold on. What's going with train 4? That's the one I just made. Oh, bugger! Did I screw up its orders? Arse.
Would transport 1 and 2, I did something stupid as well, but I'll fix that.
I need a profit maker.
How is that managed to get there? Well, how is that? Why is that one now stuck? I don't understand.
You know that you're beginning to learn. You're beginning to master transport here, Max, and you say those words, which is, why are you there? How did you get there? Wait, I didn't take.
Well, it's been told to go to the bloody notifications. Fuck off. I'm not sure they've got the right sort of train exit signals.
Let's have a look. Where are we looking? Let's.
New Flubra Woods. You've got both Wood Transport 1 and 2 in the platform, which is not possible.
Wait, hold on. Slow down. Let me find New Flubra Woods.
It's the
Yeah. Okay. So.
Cosworth Forest.
Yes, because the idea was you were going to run goods here instead.
But these 2 trains have explicit instructions to go when they've gone to the mill. They come back via Wood Inn, which is a waypoint. They're both told to go to Wood Inn.
That
they're not.
Is not possible, is it?
And the other one's at 100%, and it's like, I'm still sitting there. I'm like, why are you still sitting there?
It might only just be 100%.
No, it's 100%. It's been there for a while.
Okay, it says loading, unloading. Its next order is go to Tarfingfield Mill.
Which if I try to skip it, it'll go. But I'm just wondering why
let's not. So let's. Are they the right signals? I think they are. Those are path signals. They don't need to be. So I could replace them with boring block signals. I don't understand how they're both in the same line. Unless,
yeah, me too.
Unless they came back up this line from a depot, which I don't think they can.
They did and have.
No, they can't. They can't go the wrong way through one-way signals. That would be.
Yeah, but they have come up there from a depot. Bloody hell.
Oh, did you send it to a depot in order to make it? Yes, that's what it is. So you sent it to a depot to make it smaller, which is fine. And on the way back, its order was go to New Flueborough Woods. So it went to New Flueborough Woods. So its order wasn't to go to Wood Inn. It went to New Flueborough Woods. Oh, good, because I thought I was going mad. I don't know why that train took so long to leave, though.
Yes.
But
something to do with it being in the depot, maybe. I don't know. I sent the other. I sent both of them to there because I got the wrong. Didn't know which one was which.
it's fine. They both got plenty of wood.
Got profit. Yeah. Wood good, school bad.
Yep.
Beavis and Butthead.
Go to Profit Maker 4002. Damn it. I'm struggling to copy these orders because Profit Maker 4002 is inside a. There we go. I'm hoping I haven't messed anything up, because I did balls up giving this one the orders. But we are struggling to empty. So now we're filling up all over. Brutway Valley, Brutway Woods, Numbury Hub, Numbury Pootings, Barnstable Bay Airport, Tarfingfield Airport, and Valley of the Raz are all struggling with passengers. Tarfingfield can suck my fucking dick, though.
Tarfingfield Mill? What the fuck's going on? Now the train's stuck there. At 0%. Full load. Go to Tarfingfield far end. What does that mean? Just go to the far end of the platform. Why hasn't it then moved on? It's got a time. Oh, it's got some timetable thing on there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and stay for 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I've just halved all that. Timing.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably reduce. We were experimenting, so we can just remove that.
Well, I don't have to. I don't want to break it.
I don't know how to.
So the reason it's waiting is because it thinks it's got to wait for a longer load.
Yeah. How do we delete a timetable, Esmia? How do we say don't do that anymore?
I have no idea.
Right high corner, where it says orders.
Uh-huh.
Then you
Yes.
can go into
The timetable. How do I remove the timetable?
I don't know. I thought I would, but I don't know.
Clear time. There we go.
Yeah, I guess just go through them and clear the time.
Yeah, so the timetable can be used.
So they are not like options for each other, but you can use both loading percentages and the timetables.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to say, wait for a full load or 30 days. I swear everybody watching this is just... We always get quite a lot of people in this game watching. I don't know why. I swear everyone's just watching me going, no, not like that. What's he doing? Not like this. As I was saying, Tarfingfield Airport can suck my dick because they're whining that our coverage, our rating is bad, and they won't let me build anything. Well, let me build a second train line then. We've been delivering goods to them for like 30 years. Nobody else has. And they're like, oh, well, we don't like you very much. So bear in mind, Max, we are competing at Panning Head Farm with hydroponics, which is a clever double pun from Schalke there. 4 marks. So, and I'm not necessarily recommending you do, but you have got those trains, those single carriage trains, waiting for the minimum amount of time. One carriage full.
Full load.
Yeah, but they're waiting for the minimum amount you could have a train wait for, which is 1 carriage, not 7. So that means that you will have the... But if the train was 8 times longer, or 7, it would spend the same amount of time travelling, give or take, but 7 times as much loading. So right now you're travelling for a larger proportion of the time, probably, than you're loading offloading. So a longer carriage, like 4 carriages, would probably offset that a lot. Probably.
Okay.
I swore there was a way to quickly compare off ratings, but let's have a look. Right now, Actually, right now, Max, don't worry about it because we're beating Schalke. Booyah. One more wouldn't hurt. If you put 2 carriages on, that wouldn't hurt at all. But we are beating Schalke just about on grain and livestock. It's alright. Grain train was in. Oh, it's left again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are making the main way, and when your train is absent, I collect the scraps.
No, well, what it is
something like that. Yes.
the higher our rating. So right now we're between us only managing 84% of 6, which I really question how Transport Tycoon is calculating that. It made 6, and we managed 84% of 6 between us. And I'm like, yeah. Anyway. The point is, the higher our ratings in general, the better. But when a factory or something makes something, if it makes 100 and your rating is higher than ours, you'll get a slightly greater percentage of that 100. So right now we're actually pretty much bang on 67%, 66%. So our rating is going down, Max. And the reason it's going down is we have 7 livestock and 2 grain waiting. So when there's stuff waiting, it goes down. When there's nothing waiting, it goes up.
Right.
But the game is obsessive. It expects you to always have a train in a station waiting to keep your rating up to being half decent. It's ridiculous. And if you don't, you start to lose, points with the town.
Yeah, where's it going?
Who?
The ice cream van just did a loop.
Ice cream van is empty. He's heading to Panning Head Fort. Why is he?
He went straight through. He went. Oh, I'll stop here. Oh no, went.
Why?
I'm trying to get him to go to a depot.
Oh, well, yeah. If you click go to depot, then don't click on anything else, or he'll God knows.
Yeah, I know.
Don't cancel it.
I didn't.
But if you tell him to go to a depot, he will go to the easiest depot, like the closest depot. Wait, did I hear a steam train pull away? Oh, maybe it's the factory closing down for the night. Yeah, there is a depot right outside, which you should have been able to route find to.
Yeah, that's the only one you get the opportunity to send them to. So, a couple more livestock and a couple more grain hoppers.
All aboard the grain train. Okay, I'm sending them both to there. One's in. So remember, even if Ice Cream Van doesn't make profit, that doesn't mean that Goody Two Shoes doesn't make profit based on that.
Yeah.
How long does this take to travel? Wow. It takes 429 days to fill up with goods. I love that. I love the concept. It sits there for 18 months just filling up with stuff and then leaves. I wonder if anyone's made a realistic build system for this. So when you put track down, you actually have a train that needs to route new track. So in reality, you do it, you have a lorry driving alongside the road, putting stuff in, the train line, or you have a train that just puts the next piece down and the next piece and the next piece. That'd be really cool. If you couldn't build stuff so willy-nilly, you'd have to think about it. Oh my lord.
Want to steer it? Yeah.
Well, no. So it would just build one piece. So you build your railway line, but it builds over a long time rather than clunk.
Finished.
Wow, I am seriously struggling on... So I built that hub station at the beginning of the stream. I forgot about it.
Oops.
I also promised that I would read out some British place names.
Upper Beeding. Upper Dicker. Lower Dicker.
Well, I will. I will read you some place names in a second, as soon as I have made this train bigger. And I promise you, they are all real. That's the important thing. I would not lie to you. Okay, so you are going to be upgraded to a... Soon we'll get the Intercity 125. Because this is the age of the train. So, some British place names in ASMR. So, I'd like to point out, by the way, that I absolutely used to live... The biggest hill, or possibly a mountain, I think it's a hill in Cornwall, is called Brown Willy. And that's true. But
Not
we have...
Fincom.
No. That's not the point. It's called Brown Willy, which is funny. Now you've ruined it by just with facts. But you have places like Cock Hill, Titley Close, Cockbush, Backside Green, Balls Green. Then Barking. I'm not sure why that's rude or funny. Beef Lane, Bell End. That's near me. So Bell End is near Licky End. Boggy Bottom, Bushy Gap, Clap Hill, and this one, Cockermouth.
Yes.
There's a place near me. It is called Penistone, but it literally says penis tone. Cockplay. Oh, Cockplay, amazing. Crackington, Crotch Crescent, the Devil's Lapful. Oh wow, there's a place in Northumberland called Faggot. That I did not know. Gaze Hill, brilliant. Golden Balls, Hole Bottom, Honey Knob, yeah, Penis Tone, Shinge Come Wednesday, 6 Mile Bottom, Titty Ho, yeah, Titty Ho, what a brilliantly named place. Wham Bottom Lane. I have never ever heard of Faggot before. I wonder if it's still called that, if it's been renamed. Because in America, that's a bad word. Over here, not so much, and you can still buy Brains Faggots, which is just literally a... Oh, what are faggots? They're...
There's lots of definitions of faggot.
No, yeah, well, there's only 3. But what are faggots? Like
Burdensome bundle of sticks.
No, not that one, the food one.
It's like a meatball.
Yeah, like a meatball, yeah, it's like a very low grade meatball. But you can still go in. You can go in and get battered faggots. It's absolutely a thing. But in America, it's a bad word. Over here, I mean, you might use it.
Said if you'd like some battered faggots, they were like, we have to arrest you.
But if you
for assault and battery.
I mean, if you were to use that as a as an insult, meaning someone who's gay over here, I think people might just give you a look. Like, huh? Are you from America?
America.
But yeah, I was just trying to work out what it was called. But yeah, the New Inn in Daventry, top review, extremely poor quality faggots. Brilliant. Or cigarettes or bundles of wood, all of which are widely used, and it has no mean connotation whatsoever. Hell, they even used it in Bill and Ted as a derogatory statement, which I'm very surprised hasn't been edited out in new versions of it.
Re-releases.
Yeah, like I watched...
might just blank the word.
No, I mean what they did is they chest bumped each other. Then they went both at the same time. Went fag. It's like bloody hell. This is supposed to be a light-hearted family film. I mean, it's again in America. Not over here. It's not a... Like, there are some swear words you can get away with using around your gran, and there's some you can't. And I'm pretty sure that one comes to the heading of an American gran. Can't. So it's quite surprising that made it into the Bill and Ted film originally. Like, genuinely surprising.
Aren't there some words that are bad in Britain and not bad in the US?
Oh, invariably.
Well, wanker would be one, but most people have
Yeah.
cottoned on to that one now. If you watch Mork and Mindy, does anyone know the name of Mork and Mindy's landlord? Mr. Wanker. I shit you not. I was in hysterics when that came on television. And they didn't bleep it or anything. I assume it was spelt differently, or no one bothered watching the episode for the aired it. But on British TV, oh, Mr. Wanker, I can't believe you're throwing this out. And I'm like, looking at my mum. My mum's in horror looking at this. I wonder if I just misheard it. Mork, Mindy, landlord.
Imaginary.
I remember in Buffy it was supposed to be that Spike was English and kept staying bloody.
Oh,
That's
Buffy.
making a
Yeah.
very bad swear.
No, bloody is a very polite swear. No, I am correct. 1978. I aired at 5:15. Their landlord was called Arnold Wanker.
That's sort of derogatory.
No, no,
not
it's-
just coming from the German of Wankel. Like that.
Well, no, it's just not a word over in America. Well, it's now because we're a lot more global than we were in the 70s and 80s. But it's just not a it just wasn't a word. Yeah. Oh, good.
Arnold Wanker doesn't seem to understand we have another 2 years left on our lease.
If Arnold Wanker can kick us out, he...
Arnold Wanker is trying to freeze us out. Dad was just telling me what a rotten kid Arnold Wanker used to be.
All right, where's your father?
In 1 minute, Mr. Wanker, I happen to be helping a customer.
That is
Mr.
unbelievable.
Wanker, you are an absolute... Mr. Wanker, you have been evicting people and screaming at people and...
I like-
Did it right last year.
Huh?
Did it right in 1974. £355,000.
Yes. Well, soon the episode of Walk and Video will be airing.
Woo.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Core Harker says that's the name of all landlords. Didn't cross my mind.
What?
Wanker.
A wanker. A wanker.
It is. Oh my god, I didn't think of that. His name is A Wanker as well, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know of any words that are bad in the UK but not in America. We don't tend to get quite so hung up on that swearing wise. And Australia just takes it to the nth degree. But I don't. I if anyone knows any.
What location swear words?
No, right.
Is there some swears that don't translate, so it's hard to compare?
There certainly are from other languages. Like in Holland, like the worst insults you can come up with are basically around being dirty or being diseased, because they had a lot of problems with this back in the 1700s, and that's just become part of their sort of vernacular. You know, I hope you get cancer. To me, is just a very bad insult, but to a Dutch person, it can be considered extremely offensive. Because I found that at my guild because someone was saying this to my Dutch. Well, he just kicked him. I'm like, what for? Again, well, he said, I hope you'll get cancer. I'm like, so right, that's just a shit insult. But you know, it's different sort of levels of severity.
Just paid 37 grand to renew or repair ice cream van.
Already?
Yes.
With French people, it's kind of weird how Sacred Blue is anyway bad.
No,
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu. Really? Is it? I'd use that just to sound French. I mean, I mentioned this before. I was in Holland and they had this massive picture of a lady sipping a huge bill poster of just this happy lady sipping from her coffee, and in massive letters in front of her face it just said, cunt. I was just in hysterics. I'm like, that's the bad swear. What? And it means can't in Dutch. And all they were saying was, you can't beat our coffee. But to me, it looked like some weird smear campaign against this poor lady drinking her coffee. And one of my other Dutch guildmates, he would explain to me that English swears have no weight behind them. He'd just be like, oh, you fucking bloody bastard cunt. I'm like, well, this is my mum, and those are the bad words. But he says because they were foreign words, they had no weight behind them, no vehemence or solidity. Whereas to me, again on the screen, I find doing that particularly offensive. Really,
Two fingers.
Knuckles out.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. You even know what I'm doing, and then you can't even see it. That's really, really, really. Ooh, you don't.
So that's particularly offensive to the Welsh, but yeah.
But to a lot of people, that just means two.
Yes, in America they're like peace. I'm like, that's go and get lost.
And the other way around, is like that. Yeah, in America, if you're doing that, that means that's a biker thing. Two fingers out, down like that. So I saw a video of a American biker, and someone just stuck two fingers out at him like that, and he said thank you and poured over. And the top comment was, "I'm British. I don't understand what to my mind that driver just slagged off that biker." And the biker said, "Thank you. I don't get it. Explain to me what's going on." But it's weird. It's never really become any less bad, at least to my mind. Single finger up, nah. Usually it's a bit jokey. That means you are very fucking angry. You are absolutely livid if someone has done that. It's never become socially acceptable to sort of do it. A lot of things have over time. And that's just not one of them. Whereas to all my European friends, not at all. Absolutely no badness associated with that at all. He possibly was. I think. Oh, he was still going like that, wasn't he?
Bean did it with the middle finger thing.
Oh, was he doing that?
Index.
I'm gonna have.
He learned that it was a friendly way to greet people.
Like Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean go around giving him the finger.
That's my point. It was the middle finger, which is all right. Middle finger, perfectly fine. Yeah, here he goes, like that. Two fingers, no, bad. But that's purely a Britishism. I mean, there's a whole bit in Inglourious Bastards about this as well. What's another one? Yeah, there you go. Bastards. Bastards is a bad word over here. But in America, bastard is almost literally not a swear word. It's like a PG-rated swear word. Because I remember as a child being quite embarrassed by Flash Gordon because he went with all the tits and blood in that film. I was embarrassed by him going, "Freeze, you bloody bastards!" I was like, "Oh, he's done a swear, mother. The man has done a swear." But I don't. As far as I'm to Americans, it's almost not swearing.
Is it that British people care more about houses than American people?
We might care about houses, but I'm not sure what that's got to do with the word bastard.
Yeah.
Because of the meaning of it.
Means you are married. A bastard is someone who was born out of wedlock.
Born out of wedlock. Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't know quite what the legality of it is in terms of it implies something like they're unable to claim on their father's, inheritance, or whatever.
It probably was something like that.
But
I mean, to be fair, that was pretty much most of Game of Thrones. Plot lines were based around whether somebody was somebody's son or not, and if they were therefore they could inherit their wealth. But yeah, bastard is again, it's not a bad word, but it's not one you want to use around your gran. Whereas bloody, you can. It's the difference between dick and wee sort of thing. You can say pee-pee, I've hurt my pee-pee, that's fine. I've got a massive bruise on me dick, not fine.
When an Italian is surprised and curses, they go, "Oh, my mom!" And I had some accidents about that, when it felt very light in Finnish. But I understand it's pretty heavy in Italian.
Yes, well, I mean, I mentioned before about...
Pocket Maker 4003 is breaking down constantly.
Yeah. Let me 4003 is alright, 4004. Let me see, I'll upgrade them, do it by hand. Yeah, I mentioned this before about the race driver grid Italian version where they misgendered the player. And we were like, oh, well. And they're like, no. Not in Italian. You do not call a bloke a woman in Italian. That, in English, at most, it would be a vaguely humorous insult. At the upper level of, all right there, yeah, look like a woman. It's mild at the heaviest case. In Italy, absolutely not. That's the sort of insult that gets you punched in a pub. And we were like, oh, right, okay. Well, we had to re-record all the Italian speech because we just couldn't use it. It would have been massively offensive. Whereas here, I mean, in English, we have the song. I can't remember. It's by "Dude Looks Like a Lady." Like it's just. In Italy, they probably banned that song for being massively offensive. Who was that by? Not Bon Jovi.
Aerosmith.
That's the ones. The ones that did that computer game. It was a light gun game, and it was not very good. But the Journey game was actually pretty good. It had a cassette tape inside it that permanently played a loop of Journey because they couldn't do any music in games back then, so it physically had a cassette tape that would just play constantly. Hey, we're out. Okay, why has Great Slumpfield South got 500 bags of mail? Okay, so do Brutway, do they hate me enough to allow to do valuables yet? Oh, fuck you, Schalke. You ballsed it up for me. You bastard.
Which bit?
Oh, I'm not allowed to anyway. You've put Brutway Heliport 1 square away from where I wanted to build something, so I will not be allowed to build it there because I'm not allowed to have my stuff touching yours. But
you can control build next to it if you want to connect.
I cannot build next to your stuff under any circumstance.
But you can build past my stuff.
No, I can't because there's a city on the other side of it.
You managed to build
you want to connection to the bank, right?
Punninghead Farm right next to his two of his things, literally. You get hydroponics.
No, it isn't.
There and there, inside of the Punninghead Farm.
It's not touching it.
Yeah. Bloody must be.
Not touching it.
It's not touching it. There's a train track between it.
But not the other side. Look at the north side.
Yeah, hydroponics is next to the farm.
Ah, I wonder if, that restriction has been removed. That would be nice. Oh, I hope so. Hope I'm right.
Can we nick Shanker steel from hydroponics?
Yes.
Hydroponics.
Yeah. Oh, steel.
Yeah.
Hydroponics has 3 tiles, which are quite far apart.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of a shame, but also kind of sensible. We are taking his steel into goods. Yeah, really, Saka. I mean, my goods train is not making enough.
What?
Sort it out. What?
You are transferring my steel.
No, we haven't got steel carriage.
We can't do that. We can't do that.
Hydroponics is dealing in steel too.
No. Yeah, we can't take your steel.
We can't. It's not going to the station.
Yeah, I'm really sure. By the way, Shaka, you would make a shit ton more money running road transport up to Crafting Fortress. Henry, say the film just one more time. Also, someone's just joined. Is that Rob? I'm guessing. There's someone called Player.
Let's see, there's a comment there.
The whole reason I've been struggling today, all of my buses are stuck behind broken buses. Blue broken buses.
Ah! The trick here, Esmir, is to sort out long runs so your buses can overtake. Also, Shaka, do you know how to automatically
I've had to build side roads so they could pass them.
Are you out to upgrade?
You do, or you don't know how?
No.
Ah, okay. So, click on the, I don't know, click on the vehicles tab. It's about 20th icon long. Specifically the road vehicles tab. And then click on manage list. And then click on replace vehicles. And you can decide from the left hand side what they get replaced with. And yeah, it means you don't have to do it by hand. Minibuses. I'm replacing black cabs with minibuses.
Yeah, this grain train isn't working as profit. It doesn't make profit at all.
No, it might not, but Goody Two Shoes will make money as it
Goody
as it
Two
grows.
Shoes.
Goody Two Shoes is our goods train.
Right.
And also, hey, there we go. That's what we wanted. Bardingston Bay now accepts goods.
Sweet.
So now, if let's hope we've made our network good enough. I'm going to clone Goody Two Shoes. And I'm going to load at Panning Head, and then I'm going to go to Bardingston Bay Airport. Now this is one of the annoying ones because sometimes it's just on the cusp of taking goods. It will
change its mind before you get the actual goods there.
it will go up and down. Yeah. Wow, that was definitely us playing the long game there, getting that to happen. Henry, you said the film twice. I've seen that's Rob that's joined. And you said Henry. It might be Henry for all I know, but I think it's Rob.
Disaster movie, yes. The Mr. Bean.
Yeah, but he said it twice, like 11 minutes apart. It was the rat that sits under Henry's hat and controls him. Okay, so we have another good strain then that is will deal with the goods that we are creating from our oil. Well, twice online. But yeah, managing your trains is something that's, again, wasn't in the base game, but it's really nice. You can automatically upgrade stuff.
You also turn off train damage if it annoys you that much as well.
No, because they're still slow, so it means you can upgrade them. You can also there is a option somewhere under the settings to automatically renew vehicle when it gets old on.
No, it keeps going, can't money limit.
No, we've got loads of money now. Well, hopefully we do. But I'm upgrading all our trains to SH40s, and soon we will have the Intercity 125. This is the age of the train. Isn't it weird how adverts from your childhood just stick with you the whole time? Even when it was an advert for bloody British Rail. Thanks, Brain. That's a wonderful thing just to store in there.
Well, let's say, what goes in stays in.
Yeah, but not like other things, and not adverts for stuff that I might actually have cared about. No, British Rail.
Why don't you care about that?
I was 6 at the time. Maybe
Well, as a child, you might assume that all kinds of random things might become relevant.
Yeah, I don't think I was thinking about. Can't wait to go on a British Rail train. Mr. Jimmy Savile was indeed on the adverts, wasn't he? Although, to be fair, he never had a trial, and there was at least one woman in that whole thing. She said, "Oh, he was he groped me at this event," and all he did is he just linked a YouTube video basically of him going, "Actually, I was here on this television program when this woman says that I did this thing." But yeah, it was the whole thing was a bit bit rubbish, really, because he was quite a childhood icon, really, of doing good things. But as I said, never any trial, never any evidence. Just a lot of people saying "me too," which is entirely possibly correct, or might have all been made up. I don't know. I'd like to think that it was made up because, as I said, it's childhood hero. But as the saying goes, there's no smoke without fire, which is not entirely true, but works for rumours and stuff. Thanks, Henry. You've just dragged the whole tone of it down now.
I'm ruining our childhoods.
I don't think Henry ruined my childhood.
With the memories of our childhood, how about that?
I can't blame Henry for that.
Why not?
Well, that's mean.
Near enough.
Well, yeah, Henry's closer, so...
Yeah.
I don't think Jimmy Savile's following us as well on Twitch. So.
That's what you hope, anyway. Now, what? The train's broken down underneath the bridge, so you can barely see it's actually there.
Oh,
Why is the train stopped? Oh, yeah, it's broken down.
I was about to say we've got a train jam. I see why.
Yeah. And also the lights aren't. I don't think they've been fit. They are far enough apart. Yeah, it broke down underneath that bridge, so doing that is a bit late.
Oh, I know, but sometimes if you have a very busy network, you want 2 trains.
3 there.
2 lines.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got 4. Because
we have a goods train coming up now. No, we've got 4, but one of those goes around and up there.
Yeah.
And
but
so,
now that one's confused to fuck because you haven't got any signalling down there.
No, I'll fix Sprinter in a sec. Yeah, if any of you ever do end up at the British Train Museum in York, which is quite near me, they have an 80s carriage. They have an Intercity 125, and it's full of 80s stuff, like the sandwich containers they had in the 80s, and an 80s burger and things. Well, real burger, obviously it's a fake one. But yeah, it's really cool seeing all the like the packaging from the 80s. It's more exciting than it sounds. I know that sounds like I'm obsessed with packaging, but it's really well done.
Would that be bad to be obsessed with packaging?
But I mean, I'm not obsessed with packaging. Is my point. It's just really interesting seeing all of the. They did it as if you were on the train in the 80s. It's really cool. I have to say, the National Railway Museum actually blew me away how good it was. It really, really is a spectacular place to visit. With some absolutely astounding, and they've got all of the royal trains from about 1870 onwards. So when they were retired, that's where they went. So we've got like King George V's train, and you can see because they had like a radio, but the radio could tune to a special channel that most radios couldn't, so they could send messages just to the train. Of course, there was no way of replying or anything.
How you make a secret frequency? Any random could listen in.
Yeah, but only on but like you were outside of the public broadcast frequency. You could do in the same way you could tune into police scanners back in the old days, or radios and things. But yeah, they said that, but they had a one that wasn't. It was outside of the usual band. Max, bring up the station list. We are super struggling on lots of places. More trains. Oh wow, South Coast Flyer. Yeah, I'll make another South Coast Flyer. Wow. Where is our nearest depot? I also would say, as a rule of thumb, if you can't find a depot nearby when you try and do something, we might need another depot.
Yeah.
So
it's getting late. I'm gonna go.
It is. So tomorrow it is GTA. No, it isn't. The other GTA. GTA on trains. Horses.
On horses.
On horses. Yes. Malcolm reckons he's got loads of stuff hooked up and ready for us to do. So that'll be awesome. And we get to play with our new gun. So we will see you tomorrow, Max.
Okay. That's what I love watching the trains. It's like that. Wow.
I know. It's hypnotic.
Oh, I also have got it away. I think I'll use the same exit.
I will. I won't be long. myself. I'm going to print another one of these, but I'm just sitting here fiddling with it. It's just ever so satisfying to twiddle.
This kind of game would be conducive to time travel game, in that I can be absent and it goes along very well.
Oh man, so a time travel game that takes place over like 30 hours, so you can rejoin the game and rewind back. So when you rejoin the game, you have like, so hold on, let's say you go to bed now and you get up in 8 hours and you immediately log back on. The game has simulated 8 hours of game, and then you could jump into any point during that 8-hour replay and affect stuff. That's a really interesting idea for games like this. Like, I could leave the server running all night, and as Mia goes to bed, you know, quite some hours after me, so she could actually get an advantage. But then I could offset that advantage by playing the catch-up mechanic. That's really interesting. I definitely don't know if a game have done that. Night, Max.
Night.
See you soon. But yeah, that is actually a completely original idea as far as I know. It's not really time travel, it's more catch-up television.
Was the same thing as Icon was. I tried to about the morph thing. That would be the same thing.
That's not quite the same as Acron though. Like,
It's not.
no, I mean, yes, it is a bit, but it's also not. I mean, what you're talking about here, I mean, you wouldn't be able to keep jumping back, I wouldn't have thought. Because in this game...
Why not?
Well, because in this game, a coal mine turns up, you'd rewind back to before the coal mine was there and have everything ready. So I suspect it would be somewhat advantageous. But being able to play catch-up with what you missed since you last logged on, even if you can only do it the once, you can fast-forward through time or play time at normal speed, but you can't go backwards. You're just seeing what happened while you were logged off. That would be very cool. That means that you don't get an advantage by playing the game more, or not much of an advantage. You can catch up.
Yeah, but it would be in the Acron way. It would be balanced that if you catch up, the other player can catch up in reaction to what you are doing. So if you undermine or make a competition for a coal mine, the second player can like retroactively do stuff that they would have done.
Assuming, let's assume the same sort of restrictions apply, you could only go back 10 years. So suddenly a gold mine appears, I would just go back 10 years and it would be mine. I wouldn't leave you any room to get it. I would just surround it with signs saying this is mine. So you couldn't build a bridge or do anything with it.
That's a problem.
Well, yeah, because the point of what I'm suggesting is it counteracts not being there. Whereas what you're suggesting is the first person to log on the next day immediately gets a whacking great advantage. Because they can go back to the point when that station was it's first available and immediately grab it as their own. And
yeah, but if players are online, they can react to each other. But if they're like offline, they can't react to what the other is doing. So you need some mechanism to resolve about when people have an initiative conflict.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
I'm more thinking of it as a good way of balancing off the fact that I am a student and I've got 10 times as much time spent on a game as you. Because I will log on for the evening to play for an hour, you will be playing for 10 hours a day, but I get to revisit those 10 hours and react to them in a more realistic way. Although the issue is, of course, that if I decide to build something 5 hours ago, you might not be able to have built your thing 4 hours ago. I still think it'd be fascinating, though. And I would really like to write that XCOM clone. I keep thinking about it. XCOM with time travel. I keep thinking, how much work would it be just to do a very minimal XCOM give order style game and bolt the time travel on and see if it works. But I mustn't. I must be good. I have so much on the go right now. haven't gone back to Sneaky Spaceships in ages. I've been flat out on this other project, which I keep pestering my my boss going, we should start talking about it. We should. I've been announced as the dev of it, but nothing about the game at all.
Well, there have been some secret leaks of the address, but yeah, the main reveal is not yet to be done.
Well, Rob's pointed out he's not under NDA. I'm like, yeah, probably. He's probably an implicit NDA, perhaps. Which isn't worth much, but does mean, you know, don't screw it up for us. But yeah, I hope to talk about that for too long and start showing it off. I've got some really nice stuff to show off.
Yeah. Future is going to be great. Maybe better than our past.
I hope so. Can't be any worse than last year.
You dare to say that? I probably wouldn't.
Nah, tempting fate there.
I'll have to see about it then. So, catch you later.
Nighty night. Esme, did you see my hub station, by the way?
No, not yet.
It's struggling. So I built it at the beginning of the stream. It is really struggling, but I was right. Thankfully, you don't have to do anything. It does just work, but you do have to be very patient for it to start working, because it takes quite a number of months to build up the graph. But oh my god, is it struggling? Intercity 125 introduction. 1975. Well, I haven't got it. Have you got it?
Sorry, got what?
I don't know what it's called in this game. It's the Intercity 125. It's the double-ended electric train, high-speed one. It's in this game. I think it might call this City Springs. I can't remember the name of it. The interesting thing about this game, it's probably where Max and I will just tear ahead of everybody else, is when we have to start upgrading stuff to Monorail, just because we've got more hands.
Oh dear gods, you've got a lot of passengers waiting at that hub.
Yeah, I know. The problem is, Nunbury Pootings, it's not very far away. So I do have a train running just twixt A and B, and that's cool and all that, but it is...
Just constantly dumping passengers?
Yeah, but it's only making like £6,000 a year because it's only passengers and it's not very far. What train's that? Train 12. I shouldn't worry too much about just building more trains. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what's the minimum number of trains? I'll just stick another train on. Done with it. But yeah, I'm just saying, Kohaka, you should get a 3D printer. It's actually quite strong, this as well. I could squidge it. I wouldn't put anything really heavy on it. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not going to be able to show you. The screw can't come out. So at this end, you've got a bolt that could theoretically come out, but inside there's a... I'm trying to show it to you. There's a flange there. So that is permanently through. There's no way to get that out. I like 3D printing. Next thing I need to print is the car body, and it's a 24-hour print. That'll be my longest one, and that's so long. I mean, I'll start at the end of a stream, I'll get up and only be done a third, and then when I go to bed, it will be just about completing. I don't know why, I should have started it because, I mean, it could have been a third done. I forget that, you sort of look at it going, oh, 30 hours, I don't want to, but it's not as if I have to wait for it. It will just do it. Now, is there anything I can do about Panning Head Farm? Not really. Shaka's stuff is doing alright. Panning Head South thinks we are excellent. But yeah, I might put something else running through the hub up to Great Sluntfield. So we've got the Nunbury hub, and then to Great Slumpfield. And I think Andy made that, and I think it is of the wrong length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is, so I make sure it's. Oh, it is 6. Good. Off you, Todd. Miss Mia, have anything coming of your plans to move abroad to sunnier climes, or much less sunny climes actually? Got a date or anything?
No, still waiting because of the pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic. I forgot about that. And well, when you get a date, let me know. If you need a hand moving, I will be washing my hair.
Nice.
If I was still a European citizen. No, interestingly, there was a court case. I think anything came off it. There was a petition to the European Court of Human Rights saying the UK government is trying to take away our rights by no longer allowing us being a EU citizen. And although it seems silly, it's kind of true. Like, I am no longer able to travel freely around Europe, and I didn't do it a lot, but when I did, it was pretty awesome. The funny thing was, you did still need a passport to travel from UK to anywhere else, but after that, it was fine. You could just go anywhere within mainland Europe.
Right.
And I vaguely, in my mind, always felt I would retire in Holland. I spent some time in Holland. It's just one of the most wonderfully chilled places with the most lovely people. And I would have liked to have bought a really expensive mansion in Amsterdam, which is a wonderful town. And now I need to apply for something. Whereas previously, you just turn up and just start paying rent on a house. That's it. Ta-da! You now live in this country. Transport Tycoon 125.
Yeah, once things start to improve and I'm not going to be facing a possible travel ban, then I'll start to get my butt in gear on, passport and visa and whatnot.
Wait, you don't have a passport?
Nope.
Americans. Well, you don't need to.
Well, it's that whole process has been pretty much canned.
Really?
Oh yeah, everything. Even the DMVs are all shut down for everything but like first time driver's license.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're making this big stink about, oh, if you don't have a real ID, you can't, do international travel. It's like, but you're not going to let me go get a real ID because I have to do that in person.
So you guys are actually finally beginning to take this seriously, then?
No, that's just California.
Oh, right, okay, good. Wow. California has always been, as Marge Simpson said, it's progressive, but not stupid progressive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, someone pointed out Joe Biden has spent more money on the pandemic in the first 4 days than Trump has in the last 4 years. And there's all hoo-ha going on in the UK at the minute because we have a British firm that's done one of the vaccines, and they have an arm in Belgium. And the British arm is doing fine and is making vaccines at a great rate. The Belgian arm, not so much. They're struggling to get the vaccine to work. So Europe have now said, we are legally entitled to the vaccines from the British arm of the company. And the company's gone, no. And then Europe's saying, that's not what the contract says. So this British company is saying that we say the contract says that we would make our best efforts, not we will magically promise this happens. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with that at the moment. But basically the UK, for once, we're massively ahead because it was a British company and we have a different way of ratifying vaccines to the way the USA does it. So it's actually gone quite well. So we're actually a third in the world or per head for vaccinations. I think we've had more people vaccinated than anywhere else. And then you got the weird thing that China just sold like 80 million doses of a vaccine to India, and then they're not using that vaccine internal to China. They've bought all their vaccine from somewhere else, and they're not using the same vaccine they sold to India. And India's like, and the Chinese one's only 50% efficient, and Brazil are now looking what they can do.
Oh, good gods.
Well, because Brazil have just bought millions of the 50% dose. And now they're like, now they find out it's 50%, it's sort of gone, you know, you what?
Yep.
Coatings. Ah, that's the one. Now I have to be careful upgrading to this train.
Wow, that one.
Yeah, this was the train of my childhood. I got to be careful because it's double-ended. So if I usually try and make trains the right length, and sometimes I get it wrong. So any trains that are of length 7 need to become of length trains of 6.5. They won't fit on the platform. I think it's just Sprinter 2, Coal Express, Coal Bucket Express. That's where this game becomes ridiculous. There's no way you would use an Intercity 125 train on a coal train. Like, you would not have done that under any circumstance. Yeah. This was our high-speed train. It was one of the first high-speed trains anywhere, I believe. But I'm not going to upgrade the trains now. I'm just going to make them longer. Yeah, they get auto renew failed, train too long. Yeah, as I mentioned, we're doing Red Dead tomorrow. I still feel very weird about Red Dead. I don't feel there's enough to do. I feel like if I were to sit here and describe the game, I would rapidly go, yeah, there's not enough to do. And yet I have a lot of fun, even though the game doesn't have very much to do. It's all the same, but it's really enjoyable the same. And I kind of feel that in my, like with every game I play, I measure to some degree the quality of the game by the amount there is to do. Maybe it's quality, not quantity there, I suppose. But like GTA has just unbelievable amounts of things to do, and it's pretty damn varied. Whereas, you know, in Red Dead there isn't, you know, do the longest wheelie on a horse, or blow up the most amount of stuff, or, you know, attack an aircraft carrier, or do skydiving. So it suffers in a lot in variety. So every time I think about it, I go, oh, there's not that much to do. And yet, when we're playing it, I'm super duper having a good time. I failed to reconcile these two feelings within me at the moment. I guess part of it is I'm worried that we're going to run out of content, but I haven't got bored of just driving around Los Santos yet, so maybe I won't. Yes, I guess I Flyer 4. I guess I have over time learned to value variety over other things, because even if it is something that you do enjoy doing, eventually you get bored of it. But I wasn't expecting Red Dead to be as good as it is. It's gorgeous, it's engaging, it's much funnier than I had expected. I was really not expecting to just giggle and laugh so much at accidentally flinging my horse into something quite as often as I have been. Oh no! Who's killed who? I think Rob just ran over one of Schalke's vehicles. I haven't actually looked at you guys, see how you're doing. Let's have a look. Schalke is...
Wait, there's road vehicle crashes? What?
Yeah, if it times wrongly. There are some... I can make it happen 100% of the time if you want me to show you how. It's frowned upon. Wow, Schalke has serious passenger issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you come to Nunbury... and we get a...
give me a second. Oh, you built that?
Yeah, I'm just building a little dumb thing. So again, this is frowned upon, and I'd be curious. I don't think the exploit has been fixed. Right. So we'll make a vehicle. I don't think it makes a difference what this, or just build that one because it's cheap. And then what you do is you build that much track. You pop a train on it, and you get a nice fast train. Bonk, and then you hit go, and that's it. That will now blow up every single vehicle that goes past it. Over time, it takes a while. Wait, why did I just get 20,000? Huh? I got 20. Let's see if it makes it. I should have chosen a slightly faster vehicle or a slightly shorter route. But yeah, you could do that. You could do it to the AI just fine. You could, if they decide to use road vehicles, you just destroy all of them. Now, is it going to kill it? See, what happens is the
driver died.
Oh, yeah. So what happens is the train gets to a point where it's not on the road, so it then lets lets it go, but then the train starts to go again, and trains have no priority to wait for road vehicles. I'm kind of surprised that's not been fixed, because it's not just a bit of an exploit. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop it other than not use road vehicles. But I could easily just set this up here and run over all of Schalke's cars. I was kind of hoping that exploit had been fixed. This is why, again, we don't play games with randoms. Because there's nothing you can do to stop it other than petition the admins to kick them. Wait, why are you stopped? There are also, and I won't show it to you, but there are also ways I can blow up your trains as well.
Interesting.
That's why, I mean, again, they are frowned upon, and you will probably end up getting kicked, but so if someone joins your game, they can do it to you. There's nothing you can do to stop them. There's no fixes for these. And by the time that you've worked it out, you've destroyed, 30 trains. But anyway, I should stop in a moment. I should go to bed. I've been watching Batwoman, which the internet absolutely hates, and it's all right. If you know what I mean by Arrowverse, it's very Arrowverse, but it's more Supergirl than Flash, shall we say? But it's
gotcha.
All right. It's all right. But it's needlessly woke, and the internet don't like that. And it's like Batwoman is a lesbian, and every time a hot girl comes, a new one, you're like, they're going to be hooking up by the end of the episode, and she does. And it's my sister. She's gay. She's been gay her whole life, and essentially there were about half a dozen lesbians, and I don't want to use the phrase passed around because that's not nice, but essentially they just kind of dated around in a circle because they were in the rural areas and there wasn't any. That was the dating pool. That was it. There were half a dozen.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But I don't know if you've seen the 100, where there's only 100 people left, and blah blah blah, and the lead character is this beautiful young lesbian, and she just constantly finds other people to hook up with, and I'm like, God's sake! Like, I understand you're going for the titillation thing, but having not directly experienced it, but experienced it vicariously via my sister, I'm like, this is. But yeah, Batwoman, sorry, is very, very much that. So it's poor Arrowverse with wokeness jammed into it, and it just hasn't come out as a great show, which is a shame because I like Batman stuff. I thought Gotham was overall pretty good. At least it varied a lot, so I had not high hopes, but at least I had some hopes. Your mileage may vary. And I've definitely been watching WandaVision, but similar sort of thing. I'm watching it going, what the fuck is Disney thinking? Like, it's proper highbrow, slow burn, Truman Show, possibly, I don't know, that's a supposition, but it's not what Marvel films are, which is quite a lot of punching. So it's interesting to see Disney go this significantly lower budget route, but I don't think it's getting a lot of fans, but I don't think they're necessarily the same fans that would have enjoyed the punching and explosions from the films. I've been enjoying it because it's hopefully going to be quite clever sci-fi, but I don't think it's necessarily what Disney want, which is something to persuade you to subscribe to Disney Plus.
A faster transit van.
Ooh, 65 miles. You can overtake Sharka's stuff more.
Yeah. I've only got one transit van.
And we're now getting to the point where the trains are fast enough to worry about the that train just break down on the way into the train station? Yeah. We're now fast enough to worry about corners, because they actually have an amount of speed that gets lost.
Yep.
But I guess we should.
I've been slowly trying to make everything less cornery.
Max keeps putting 90-degree corners in. I have to get rid of them. The rule of thumb is never have your train over its length describing 90 degrees. It will lose speed. So like that. That train is losing speed. And I can speed that up by just going... bum, bum. But,
oh wow, that just takes all the... What?
Yeah. So we are on realistic speed, so it can carry some speed in. Without it, trains would just hit it and immediately lose their speed. But now a very heavy train can carry some speed through the junction. I wonder if I can, just before I go... No,
well, I seem to have, by the skin of my nails or whatever, grasped my company out of bankruptcy.
Oh, really? Oh, is that due to not being able
Claude.
to deal with Schalke's...
Yeah, I can't do the loop because they can't stick to the timetables because like 3 buses just get hung up because one fucking huge thing of blue bus is broken down.
All I'm taking away from this is don't use timetables.
No, it wasn't even about the timetables. If I wasn't using the timetables, the loop wouldn't have even been viable.
Yeah, you can't have... You can, though. You can't have private roads, but you can build a road that's yours. And you can make it one way. So, over a long enough distance, vehicles will overtake each other. So what you can do is you can force a setup where you're able to overtake them.
I keep forgetting about the one way. Oh my god.
So you can then force them down a long route over which your vehicles can overtake Schalke's ones, hopefully. But anyway, we should come back to this on looking at the calendar. So we are scheduled for this on Wednesday next week. So yeah, we actually have we have 7 games in rotation. I hope we get a lot of people for Need for Speed. I had a brief bash at Need for Speed. I've forgotten how utterly insane it was. It's the Criterion guys, who I miss. I miss those lads. And it was a 2013 remaster, and it's really, really good. Like completely batshit car crashing racing stuff. So we'll give it a whirl and see. I'm hoping it's got police chases in it. So yes, we'll be looking at one on Sunday. That's the usual raft of Mindustry, Dungeon Defenders, Plants vs Zombies is new, GTA, and Railroad. Okay, so we'll come back to this in a week. Much as I want to keep playing it, I do. I need to make sure I save it now. Save game. LDL 21. Episode 2. That has been saved. Dora has apparently worked out that I'm doing something. It's just thudding down in my background. Thank you everyone for watching. You're all awesome. And I will continue to show off the stuff I'm 3D printing as I go through. So, nighty night. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will just choke to death.